MPL Philippines Season 17, the first match to kick off the season, and it's none other than the epic rivalry between two teams so familiar with each other that we can't wait to see this one break out. Let's jump into the Land of Dawn here.
Okay, so one of the telltale signs to see if this game is going to be hella slow is how, if there is going to be the second minion wave in the mid lane, little skirmish that shows up. Usually after the first buff, one of these junglers or both of them will just show up, trade it out, and then they're going to go back to their rotation, see if they can't get the kill. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be kaise staying around here. He wants to get that Lethal Wander. He'll get it without a problem. Sanji and JP forcing Light and Yue back means that we're probably not going to see anything big unless, oh, they will continue the invade.
JP jumps on the Light. Light at a third of his health. Looking to save the range here for Demon Kite, just to secure his orange. This is one of the good things you get with a Balmond, just the speed. You can match that Leomord.
Yeah, that's what I was just kind of thinking here is your potential to stay up to pace was the main question when we got through that draft. We saw that Leomord first pick on the blue side. And Balmond being one of those heroes maybe pops up more and more, but especially I think because of the fact that the Fredrin was taken out, and that's, you know, one of the go-to picks of Demon Kite. A Balmond is going to be an interesting thing in this whole kind of game one, really, and how it goes up against the first turtles here in just a bit, but it's oh, hold on.
He's so fast, look! He's already level 4!
That's his own pace, man.
Yeah. And I think that's why Team Liquid Philippines wanted to invade and just get that green cap. They wanted to delay this. And now it is around the 4th minion wave. Here comes Demon Cap. Okay, they forced out the flicker from Sanji. He won't have that for the first turtle. This could be a relatively easy one for Aurora if Sanford cannot get to level 4.
Yeah, Light trying to get that level 4 too, but Turtle being up, he's probably not going to have it, but you already know that Light with this, oh, Demon Kite?
Whoa, Daiki, fresh, off from the MDO.
Oh!
Bringing out those recalls, Yue got a face full of damage coming in from JP on him. Demon Kite spinning around, Throne of Ruin catches Bowman. Demon Kite in the back line, down goes Sanji, Edward finds him, DK holding on, the GOAT finds him. That's a 1-for-1 trade, one aside. In comes the Spear of Misery, and Devastation coming in! Kaise finds another! JP traded out for, Carl holding on, Yue finds him, slams him down, 40, the Apex Predator, the only one left standing.
Welcome to Season 17! It was so important for the Alice to hit level 4, and since he was, him and kaise, Sanford and Carl, decided to chase after Demon Kite. Now, Sanji unfortunately got caught out by Rora, who saw the misposition by the mid lane, decided to pounce on him. That could have gone so well for Rora, but of course, the killing spree on kaise kept him alive and got him 3.
Oh, here we go. Set it up again for this first turtle. They just want to duke it out.
They jump on a 2, and that's just way too much damage. Call can't even call BL. JP falls. Sanji with the tip of that. Oh, catches him. Down he falls. And now 40, the only one left. Light, Edward, and US circling like sharks. Oh, 40's holding on. He's just delaying the inevitable.
He's just going to delay it here. He does get back to the mid lane, but man, forget the objective, the turtle. The new objective is just to get the bodies.
I am seeing shades of Aurora that learned so much from fighting Alter Ego. The continuous fighting, the fearlessness of just calling, go for the hero, go for the bodies instead. Let's not play the 50-50. We can dive them. Great call so far by Aurora, and Liquid, though, still have a chance to take it back.
4 minutes in and not a single turtle taken.
Yeah.
And they're still holding on to it. They're trying. Liquid here, blitzes it, and that's a score for Carl.
Okay, they'll take that turtle down finally, but still, I think Rora generally happy with what they were able to go ahead and accomplish. You see this, Edward is 5-1-1, man. He pretty much is locked and loaded there. And so Sanford's gonna have to adjust his playstyle. I mean, he hasn't gone down either, and this is an Alice that we've seen many, many times. Just go ahead and set things up with that Throne of Ruin, but Edward is going to potentially be a problem here for Liquid to deal with.
Yeah, he has 400 gold more than Demon Kite right now, who Daiki, credits to him, that man is doing really good in the gold lane. He is handling Demon Kite, but can they find a way to stop Demon Kite from getting farmed later on? Because that's always the thing with Rora. With everything happening in the map, even if Demon Kite at one point gets a 1k gold lead, it won't take long to suddenly see that he's 2k gold lead above the opposing gold laner.
Yeah, and I think that's why that Moskov was kind of picked up, just to go ahead and deal with that potential that, you know, Demon Kite is going to be double laning, farming up. Oh, hold on. Good call.
JP jumps on a 3. Carl Teasy staying his blade, and they're just controlling the river here.
Yeah, defensive maneuver there from JP. He's going to be fine. But going back to it, I think that's a great point. Renmar, they've got to be able to deal with Dome and Kite. Oh, might be
Jump
here.
on in, forcing a defensive blazing duet. And he keeps himself alive and answers back. I'm a world champ, baby.
And that's the acknowledgement of Liquid. That's the receipt. They know that Dom and Kite cannot just be left alone to farm off. That even though Daiki is doing well handling him, you still have to find ways to deliver the pressure. So in terms of the gold lead, it is a slight advantage, just very slight for Daiki.
Edward and Carl and Edward, both have popped their ults. You way to respond. I think Carl knows what's up. Second and final turtle spawning in 10.
That's tough to deal with, man. You got that large sword there to try to catch a horse. And Carl Teasy, we know that he likes to do this. Even if he falls behind, like you mentioned before, he's able to go ahead and kind of catch back up in all the ways he finds across the map. And with this next objective coming up, you can see placement's already here for both teams. Both gold laners still up, but look at Edward's positioning. He's going to try to cut off the entry point here.
And now Sanford holds down. Edward just goes back, resets. Turtle slightly edged over to Liquid. In comes Gabriel, Light comes in, misses it, and Carl secures one more time, 100% for the cavalry. Down goes Edward. Liquid get everything that they want, pushing Light and Yue back. Carl does the same, taking down the celebrity, and Light gets a shield just in time to survive.
Oh, and the spear is thrown, but they still want to go for more.
SOD coming in, does not click it just yet. RWM the answer, Yue figures out. Dominic Kite comes in, walks the old-fashioned way, the slam. Sanji punished. Down goes Light in the back line. JP with the flicker. Yue wants to take him down. Yue with a slam. Carl comes Carl Teasy. Dominic Kite with a fadeaway blazing duet. Down goes Yue. Carl finds another. Here comes Demon Kite looking for the lethal counter. Misses it with the dash. And into purple. Carl Teasy steals it on the way out.
Welcome to the epic rivalry here in Game 1.
Someone tell Carl Teasy that that's not a Lancelot. That's a Leomord, sir. How are you dashing in and out of there as if you are, that you have thorn roses with you? My goodness,
A knight
Carl.
is a knight.
That's
what?
true, a knight is a
A
knight.
knight is a knight. Oh yeah, is Lancelot a knight? Yeah. He is also not. Okay, all right.
I think so.
He's a royal knight. He's a prince.
Yeah, no, okay, with everything that happened, look again, we go back to the gold lane. The 4 versus 1 box with Team Liquid Philippines pushing the aggression. Daiki still deathless, only 1 assist, and still is getting farmed. He pushed the lane first. Dom and Kite had to join the rest of Aurora in the center of the map. And hey, there's a Bauman back for you. He gets picked for the first time since then. Echo Carl Teasy picked it up in season 11. It's been 6 seasons.
I wonder if that was a thing. I wonder if there was like a discussion of the draft. It's like, hey, Demon Kite, just go with the Bowman, man. You know, Carl Teasy's the last person to play it. But I think, nonetheless, it still serves its purpose. I know he's 0-3 right now. It's not looking too good KDA-wise, but that doesn't really matter here for Demon Kite specifically because he wanted to go ahead and contest with that Leomord pick in this lineup, but what's really difficult is if they miss those major initiations, which was mainly coming from Light to set up with that the Grok here, and if he's not able to land it, a lot of your plan from Rora kind of falls apart, and then mind you, majority of these fights, you haven't had Dome and Kite yet for this, right? And that's going to be the trajectory for when we get to this later portion of the game, we start fighting for these Lords, is how much of impact will that Claw now have in these fights? Because Daiki, you can say the same about him, man. He's been farming up, doing his thing, and he hasn't really had to worry about too much.
Yeah. So next big loss for Aurora means inner turrets. That's the second turrets in the lane are going to be going down if they lose this Lord, and the lead will get stretched out to 5, maybe even 6,000 gold, and Liquid will just be able to coast to try and finish it by Lord 2, Lord 3 if Aurora still finds a way to hold on. So this is a must-win for Aurora, or if they are going to lose it, they cannot lose more than 3 heroes in the fight.
If they were to lose it, they have to trade like 3 or 4 heroes.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the ideal. That's the only way Aurora can survive. Yue gets his Sky Piercer, so this is a good start.
Yeah.
This is going to start to hurt and get some knocks up. JP gets knocked up. 40 man-to-man defense against Edward. Lord slightly over to Aurora's favor. In comes Yue. Offensive use of the Crimson Being. A big hit from the Grok. Light finds 2. And Sanji and JP falls. SOD coming in. Daiki trying to fly Demon Kite. No retribution for Aurora.
And that's what I was talking about. There's a double for you, a Daiki on the run. Dome Kite
Daiki, I don't know if you want this. The recall in between the duo. They send back the 2 remaining members of Liquid. For Carl, he says we can do this.
Oh, Carl.
He's going. In comes another Phantom Seed, but Light, UA, and Dominkite refuse to stand down.
Yeah, they're just going to try to hold it here, but the problem is Carl Teasy, let's see if he'll be able to regen enough health by the time Demonkite gets back. See, but the answer to that is going to be yes. So they slow down yet again. Aurora knew that they needed to push the issue. They did. They found the miscalculation by Liquid, punished that, got some kills, and now it's an even game. It's a 2K lead, but this is actually an even game.
There they go. They find themselves once again for the objective, setting things up. Both teams getting into position. Carl T's going to go ahead and hold this. Dominkite now picking up his Corrosion Scythe, so it is going to be a reset. They look to want to take out at least the tier 1 turret in the mid for Aurora to have a bit of space to work with, but they do fight. They've got control of the Lord now, half health on this. There they go.
Down to an 8, the answer from the back. A big knockup from the Lord, canceling Light's engagement. And a blinking coming to the back. Down goes JP, Carl easy. The sharpest retribution in the game. Takes the Lord. Down goes Edward. This goes sideways for the Northern Lights.
And all of that thrown just for Daddy JP to go down.
It's a good trade. Edward Light fall. Team Liquid Philippines gets the Lord. You got to give a credit to Liquid. In this game alone, they've already answered the doubts. I know it's just the start of the season. Aurora, they had a great idea with this bombment. It just seems like the practice isn't quite there yet in terms of actually being able to show what this lineup can do. Is it because Liquid denied them the opportunities? It looks like that's actually the case. In this sequence, I didn't even notice Carl got the Lord until you called it out. He was just riding through there underneath his own teams are a real-world manipulation. He was safe, retry, then he just rode away with Barbiel.
Here's the thing, game's not over yet. We don't know if Aurora or Liquid wins, but the latter seems more evident. I don't think it's the problem with the balance. I think it's just Liquid.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, we mentioned this pre-game. Their system just works so well. This is the Liquid Stampede. This is the trademark. Aurora gave them too many cracks to come through.
Yeah, now at this point, they're going to have to hold on the best they can. I mean, you look at this 4,000 behind, and I think when you kind of have to look at where can Aurora turn this in their favor, a lot of these fights, like I said, are on the shoulders of Light to get that setup like we saw from earlier, that setup. And if it goes down, I feel like they're almost trying to pick up the pieces here to win the team fight.
Yeah, roughly 3,500 gold lead for the Leomord of Carl Teasy. That's not something that you want to see. Their lineup falling behind and you have a Bamon jungle. They go in, but they miscalculate.
Uh-oh, Raging Sandstorm misses the mark. In comes a big tech charge coming in from Light, and he's very low. Might bite it down, he goes. Carl Teasy gets the kill in the back line. JP gets punished by Edward, and now Edward caught between 3 members, and now Carl Teasy might take down Demonkite. JC! Woo! Says no! Daiki finds Mr. Consistent as he tries to exit. 2 for 1 the trade. Liquid still wins.
Daiki, impressive positioning. Aurora committed in trying to take down that Moskov, but he made the most out of the flickers and all his dashes.
Oh my lord! Yue gets slain underneath his own base.
Man.
The Stampede is reckoning. The base still left standing. Carl Teasy at death's door. Still alive. No waves for Liquid.
And there you go. On the defense, I don't think they're going to be able to do much else. It is going to be a reset, though, for TL. I don't think Light wants to actually force anything here. They're just going to clear this out. But, man, this is in control now for TLPH.
We are just seeing, once again, how Alter Ego, how teams who play the Leomord in M7 excelled with this pick. It's inevitable that if you have a Leomord who had a fantastic early to mid game, and if he continues to get kills and you leave him open, it's gonna be a rough time to try and crawl back through that. Before that sequence, Carl already got to build up his Malefic Roar. That's a huge damage boost that will melt even Edward, who at one point was like the main guy that Carl Teasy looked at and said, why can't I take you down? But with that Malefic Roar up, he doesn't care anymore. He's able to. And again, going back to Daiki, he's getting protected really well by Liquid, and he himself is playing individually great.
Dominkite commits the blazing duet early, pushes back 2 and 3, and now Sanford finds Dominkite and punishes finishes him. The Apex Predator finds his prey.
Oh,
Down
the
goes
counter.
Carl. Down goes Daiki. TK finds two. RWM the answer trying to quell Rora's forward assault. Now Sanford looking to take him down. Life sucking these 3 and 4 members. JP looking to assist the Apex Predator. And now they're going to take down 40. Can he gleam on out of here? 40 hold it on. The lethal counter ends him.
It was such a good attempt from Sanford to set things up with the positioning on the Alice.
Yeah.
But the fighting potential from Rora wins the team fight.
It was a bait. That is one of the plays that you can do as a Claude. Initiate first, burn your blazing duet, make the other team think that they can initiate and win, but the rest of the team is holding strong and ready to clap back. It was scary when Sanford went in, but Aurora handled the counter well, light with a tech charge, but I think that was more predictive than anything.
Oh no, there's the SOD! Dominguez secures it underneath all that! Daiki finds Yue, and Daiki throwing these spears away. Humankind dashes out. Aurora just want to be happy with the Lord that they finally got. Light with the flicker back. Dominguez got Daiki on him, and they cannot finish what they started. Yue is the only price they pay.
So much was used there, but they had to. They'll go ahead, reset, get full health, defend and clear this out, but that was so close for Rora.
There's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of fighting, but you see the method and the thinking behind everything that has happened so far, the back and forth. Again, the M7 World Championship showed us the importance of not being afraid to trade, going for the heroes, going for the kills. Yes, the objectives are there, but at the same time, getting hero kills allows you to get objectives. And by the way, great little freeze on the Lord up top. But just a quick little delay for Light, which allows Aurora to dictate the tempo a little bit better with this push.
That's where they have to. At this point, mind you, they were down nearly 6,000 gold earlier on. That last team fight alone really allowed Aurora to get some more control into this game. Yes, they might have lost the base turret early on, but they're in a good position to now get to the base of TLPH. It looks like they're going to start things up. They should be able to clear out the Lord pretty well as it does go down now here on the top side. But Rora will clear out the tier 2 in the mid, potentially this bottom, and that might be all they get off that Lord play.
Yeah, Aurora, for a majority of this game, has lost the map. It's just evident of their draft. It's not a very wave management-centric lineup. So after that big fight win, this is the best that they could do. A big Lord take could mean equalizing the map. And at this point, the only real advantage Liquid has is that penetration mid.
Yeah.
So Rora are ramping up to actually gaining control of this game.
And this is something that we acknowledged also during the draft. Liquid, they were able to take the condition that we mainly stated for them, control it, but they couldn't find the big win to try and end it. Yes, they got the tower down in mid, but then after that, Rora got the clap back, and Dominkite got a little bit more farm, got a little bit more time, and now they're at this point where they don't even need to use Dominkite as the main source of damage. As we mentioned earlier, this play was started because Dominkite came in as the first initiation.
Yeah.
He baited out abilities from Liquid. They roped Liquid into taking that fight, roped Sanford into finding an excellent Throne of Ruin, but then they were able to counter it because now they are at this point where this is the comfort of their lineup, late game.
And folks, just as a little reminder, these are trained professionals, world champions at that. Do not try this at home. Do not be the Claude that Dominkite was and be the initiator. He did this with his team's blessing, and it was a, I assume, planned play.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've seen Dominkite do that so many times that I almost feel like they might not even call it. It's just Dominkite's like, I'm going to go do this. He comes back, team knows how to respond. You saw that too when that fight broke out, that 2 chastised pauldrons were picked up for Demonkite and I believe Edward. So that kind of helps deal with even some of the scaling that we see with the Moskov usually at this portion of the game.
Great zoning.
Where now that can help him. Here it is. This Lord is going to be a crucial one.
Dons, JP getting bursted here, forced to use a flicker and a raging sandstorm defensively. Carl's easy, holding that Y brush. What's he going to do with this light? Susses him out. JP comes back. Quick sand guard keeps him popped up. In comes Yue with a forward Crimson Beacon. Sanford trying to stop his forward movement. And here comes Barbiel, called in by Carl. Not a damage, blazing duet. Down goes Daiki. Edward finds him, and now one more JP gets the mortality bomb.
Oh my God.
Kite gets found out. Dominic falls first, and now Demon Kite holding on. He's got JP and Sanford on him. Carl Deasy still alive. Yue pops him. Immortality down. Daiki versus Edward. Edward versus Daiki. Carl Deasy gets it out. SOD by Daiki. Yue takes out Carl. Yue gets taken out by JP. Massive trades.
Welcome to the MPL Philippines, Daiki. What a move!
Demon Kite spinning to win it, and he gets some spellback. 40 chasing him down. Run!
They're going down to the base.
Oh no!
It's just Light.
It's just Light defending against Daiki and JP. Down goes
Good
DK.
freeze.
Light can't do this. Light can't. He's open for a miracle. Pulls away the minions. Pulls away 2 members. Dominic comes back in 7. Could he do it? Can he?
4 seconds on Dominic. They're trying to clear it out. Light bought so much time. He pulled it.
My God!
Got through.
The base. There's a card. He goes in with a blazing duet. No minions. No minions.
One week.
Still in the
1 week.
And I think that's it. Liquid stampedes through, taking game 1.
That is just game 1. We've missed you. Welcome back to MPL Philippines, the home of champions. Daiki, I'm gonna say it now. He deserves an MVP nod. Carl Deasy had a fantastic KDA, but Daiki, my God, what a performance!
I know you guys can't see me right now, but I'm clapping for Daiki because, again, I think a lot of people wanted to know exactly how Daiki would perform. Well, if that's not your answer, I don't know what else is, because, my goodness, dude, it's not too often that we see the Mozcop pop up, right? And we all talked about how good Claude is for Dominic. Well, it was that last kind of team fight breakout where we got to see, well, I wish we got to see more of it, the mechanics, the technical mechanics of Daiki in that fight with Edward, landing the spear and then following through to be there for the team. There was so much, and mind you, that all fight broke out, JP using his Flicker and his Raging Sandstorm before the fight even broke out.
What I really appreciate here about Daiki's performance is you saw how well he to find an opening for Carl through a flank. It's just been answered immediately by Aurora to the point where even if they find it now, they're not going to get a kill. And if ever, it's a bad trade.
This is Edward and Light drawing a line between Liquid and the door out. Another tech charge. Called Easy Balls. Hewitt gets a stack on him. And now underneath the Zaman Force, Sanford has his hands on
everything.
It's over.
It's so tough, man.
Even under a turret.
Even under a turret, that's what I'm saying. Carl Deasy has nowhere to go. I mean, think about it. That was just about everything you could do. Quad Shadows, he even popped the Shadow kill. But you're forced in this position, and now they're looking to take down the Holy Shield, Holy Defense now on this bottom turret of TLPH's base.
Shadow kill once more. Edward, a sliver of health. Carl Deasy, a little sense of desperation there.
He wanted it. If he could have gotten at least something on the board, then that is a small step, a super small step in a long journey for TLPH right now, as this Lord is going to go ahead and be quickly secured now for Roran to go ahead and get ready to march towards the base of TLPH.
They need to somehow drag this game out long enough that maybe after 5 more times of that, then they'll finally get a big win.
Yeah.
But with how it's looking right now, again, Aurora knew their conditions all throughout this game. They ticked it. They stopped Team Liquid Philippines from getting their conditions in the early, leading to this point. It's going to be a miracle if Liquid somehow extends this long enough to get that 5th big play to get that turnaround.
I think Light is 2 for 2 on big ticket tech charges.
I think even more.
Oh no, Carl Deasy, a sneaky play, an orange buff steal is not going to go unpunished. He gets caught by another tech charge. Well, I'll be damned. A desperation move quelled by UN Light.
Oh man, just when you thought, okay, you at least got something, like a little bit of XP, a little bit of gold and a buff, it gets stopped in its tracks.
Boy, that's Bow Wow.
That's not allowed.
That's not for you. That is Demon Kite's buff.
This is a completely different game than what we saw in game 1.
Yep. I mean, it's funny how we were able to even call it as a predictive point, where it might happen in game number 2 when Liquid just get stomped after a really close and tight game number 1. Again, it happens so much to them that at this point, they gotta see why.
Flying on a turret.
Big push here by Aurora. Liquid holding on. Turret gonna get taken down here. US scores. The Zaman Force putting Sanford in danger. He's doing his best to keep Dominicite away from all of the powerfuls. Edward finds him. Daiki with the blazing duet just to clear the way. JP is down. Bravest fighter by Edward. Wailing away. Another Zaman Force holding onto the cart. I think Aurora have to slow it down. 10K up. They need another wave.
Oh, they can't end it here, but they do have a wave coming in up top.
40! Fury of the Phoenix!
Big
stopping
Fury.
Aurora. Down goes Light. Can Daiki capitalize? 4 against 2. Liquid's last stand. Down goes Demon Kite. Aurora have to slow it down even more. Liquid still breathing.
Still a massive gold lead here, though, for Aurora. If Daiki gets this is going to be big if he gets it.
Oh no, the Doctor! Gets hard! And now the Doctor is out!
Holy moly!
Okay, Edward finally goes down, but man, what a quick switch that was. Now JP on the hunt. This could be a very small window for TLPH to grab what they need to. But nonetheless, Aurora was in control there. They just couldn't quite end the game because of the way the waves were coming in up top on that top side of the base.
Yeah, okay. So earlier I said 5. Let's say that was 2.
Yeah.
That counts as 2.
That's 2. All right, so
3 more.
3 more. Clock sticking here. But that was a huge heat check by Dominic. It's like, all right, welcome to the MPL. Let me show you who I am. Bang! With his signature Harris just blasting Daiki. Daiki was around like half health.
I was going to say, he got blasted.
Yeah,
Man.
it was a dash, it was a basic attack, and then he's gone.
That was the force, by the way.
It was the force.
Actually, no, he didn't even drop. Well, technically, he didn't drop the Zaman force.
He did it,
Yeah.
He just
Synchro
dashed.
Vision, I think. That was all he did, man.
Synchro Vision straight to the face.
Right now, Lord is up. Still complete control for Aurora, though. With this kind of lead, you're not really going to be in a position to do much except fight in your base if you're TLPH with this one. So with that being said, they still got the 2 base turrets up. They've allowed themselves to go ahead and get a little bit of extra farm, but a main thing I'm wondering is if they're still capable of dealing with all that Aurora can throw at them. And that's not just Light. Light's been on point. I mean, look at him. 14 assists for this game. He's been everywhere. Okay, as I say it, he misses that tech charge.
Little jump scare in March.
Yeah.
Keep them on their toes, basically.
Yeah, I think he was also trying to measure whether or not he was going to commit the flicker, because that would have landed on the tower, if I'm not mistaken.
And they're all too far off to follow through.
Yeah. So, you know what, Light? Thank you for not committing that flicker. That would have been bad for your team and good for Team Liquid Philippines.
That's how far ahead they are. He can afford to do that.
I was going to say, look how he's got the tech charge again. So, like, there's no hurt to throw it out there because this Lord is coming up slowly up top. So they delay these waves to go ahead and deal with this push in for that mid turret. Half health on this. TLPH on the defense.
Here we go. Lord inside the base. Wave escorted in mid. In comes JP. Fury the Phoenix. Looking for an engage. Dominicite falls. Carl Daisy finds him. Wow. This has gone sideways for Aurora. Their main damage source no longer on the board. Daiki with a blazing duet. Pushing back the rest of Aurora. Edward goes down. The chef cooked him.
What happened to Dominkai? How did he get caught like that?
Fury of the Phoenix. One simple, I think a very unfortunate time, because at that point Domin actually committed a dash. So it's like, uh-oh, I'm dashless. Uh-oh, I'm stuck.
And he's got a flicker, right?
That man's got no purify.
Yeah, I think it was just way too fast for it to happen. That at that point he just got taken out immediately. That's 3, folks.
He got rocked.
He got rocked out, and wow, Liquid. Good read on the situation. Fortunate for them as well that the Fury of the Phoenix from Sanji landed at the perfect time.
And this is the thing you said earlier, Redmar. They needed to buy a lot of time. So far, I'd say they bought about half of that time they needed.
Yeah.
But again, also that got them another 3,000 gold in their pockets for TLPH. They were down about 7,000 earlier on, and you're taking a look at the items where things are falling into place now. Carl Teasy, mind you, shut down pretty much the entire of the game up until this point. Now he's a bit of a threat. He also picked up the Sea Halberd to go ahead and help deal with some of that sustainability that comes with Aurora. You can see now Winter Crown picked up for Dominkai too. Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to let that happen again.
Not again.
At this point, that's a support Hayabusa. Your job, bring them down low. Daiki, finish them off.
No, I think Carl Dizi's job is really just to finish off Dominkai.
Yeah.
Or Halberd is for the shields that the Harriet gets when he dashes.
Yeah, and of course, all of the region as well. Spell Vamp on the side of Aurora. Halberd will help with decreasing that. And I think at this point with Yue with 0, does he have around 40 or 50 stacks on the Sky Piercer?
He should have, I think,
3 or 4.
4. Because
he got his Sky Piercer after
he had one kill, I think,
after kill or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a really good opening.
Yeah.
Which is, again, the great opening that they had. TLPH has responded pretty well, holding on, because again, this was a game that almost ended. It's just they had a great defense to be able to stay in this game, buy themselves this much time, and kind of catch up here on the disparity between the amount of damage they could dish out, but also take. And look, for the first time, they're actually getting in position for this Lord. Are they going to go for it, though?
They want to dance Lord here at an 1/8 of its health. And in comes the tech charge. No one home! JP very low.
Phoenix.
Fury of the Phoenix. In comes the rest of Liquid. Sanji very late to it.
Wow.
Daiki gets taken out by Edward out of the fight. And now in comes Blazing the Wet Pro. The flag here, and Dominic pops him. And now it's Carl DZ's turn to fall. 2 out of Liquid. And now JP gonna follow through. Triple kite for Dominic Kite. And now a maniac served up a Sanji falls. Sanji says, nah, not me.
Yeah. I'm not giving you number 5. I'm not giving you the Savage.
It's just Sanji versus all of Roar here. What can he do?
I think it's over. There's a wave in mid after this turret falls, and now they're on the base. Demon Kite gets taken down. Sanji just delaying the inevitable. We're going to game 3.
As expected. Somehow it's a pattern. Liquid wins game number 1 in a very, how would I say this, Showtime-like fashion.
Yes, sir.
Great back and forth. And then somehow they get stomped in game number 2.
Ain't no Showtime without a star. Demon Kite says the celebrity ain't done.
Yeah, he ain't done, man.
My Baksha, a
2025.
majority of 2025.
It was, I hope I'm remembering correctly, but there was a draft where it showed up in Asian games. I'm going to revisit that,
So
give me a moment.
this weekend, but that's outside of
MPL.
the traditional MLBB esports calendar.
Yeah.
Aurora Hunters played
Roar
it.
Hunters.
Yeah.
And look how perfect it is. It's Aurora Gaming PH who takes it out.
Yeah. Ooh.
What was it up against? What was the Leslie up against?
Actually, Aurora Hunters played it against Team Liquid Philippines. It lost, but
Okay.
it was up against a Lapu-Lapu, a Gatot, a Claude, Farce, and a Frederick.
Okay, so it was up against the Cloud matchup.
2 out of 5 the same heroes.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. Leslie was not on my bingo card for game 3, day 1 here. But I love to see the changes happening in the gold lane. So Leslie comes into play in game 3. Welcome to Land of Dawn. Final game for this epic rivalry between TLPH and Rora.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how much of a menace Leslie is going up against her in our ranked games. Even though you know how or what you want to do to avoid making the most out of the kit of the Leslie, proccing those 2 really strong enhanced true damage basic attacks, it just hurts. And if it's a really good Leslie player, there's only so much that you can do. That's why you get the 2 roamers now in the gold lane to start.
Yeah, she's also relatively immobile.
Yeah.
Kind of telegraph where she wants to be, where she has to be even with the Master of Camouflage. Daiki put down to 1/10 of his health, forcing an early revitalize from JP.
So everybody probably watching this at some point has played against a Leslie. And you know how difficult that lane is in the gold lane to be able to, and again, like Renmar mentioned, that's why you got the roams there. So I'm really looking at how Daiki's going to be able to go ahead and transition on this carry who's already, like we mentioned,
It's not an easy lane to begin with.
the lane itself is not in your favor, but then even the team fights, like the disadvantage that you have with the range, of course,
Where do I go?
is, and that's the difficult part here. So Dominic on the other hand is literally just going to continue to scale up and then just be taking people down, you know, a quarter of their health to half their health. Unless he flickers out.
That is a charged Queller to the face of Dominic. All right. Safe to say, Carl DZ knows what he's up against. Again, it helps that the SEABO qualifiers saw a Liquid matchup against the Leslie just a few days ago.
Yeah. So maybe I wonder if that's Liquid now feeding Daiki information. No, do this. Okay, no, we gotta do this. We already went up against it and won.
Okay, with this, they're going to transition now up to the objective. Turtles up. Positioning right now for Aurora to go ahead and take advantage of. This is also the fact that they have a feathered airstrike on their side. Light not level 4 yet, but still that wall is going to be tough to deal with, that rampart. They're going to fight for this half health on the turtle, though.
Better just strike coming in from Yue. Able to put up enough of a defense to take down JP. Carl Easy gets in there, takes the Lord. Demon Kite gets quelled here. And now Carl Easy just wailing away in immortality form. Edward in trouble. Katon gets taken down by Carl Easy.
Now this is the problem for Aurora. Because of the two roamers going into the gold lane to support their gold laners, that left the Suyo and the Leomore to farm up. That could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But again, Carl TZ will continue to be aggressive because he only has to worry about the Farsa. The rest of the high damage of Aurora comes from physical, something that, of course, Suyo still has defense against.
Yeah, Suyo still, again, the mobility of this hero is really what shines for a lot of the team compositions that play with it. And like I was saying before that turtle broke out, one of the main things that was missing there was having that tech charge available on the Grok. So they lose out to the turtle. They're not too far behind at all, right? They're still in a pretty good even position on both sides, but I would say even so, for Daiki at least, he's in a little bit more fighting position to deal with Dominkite. He's just, again, got to play this lane correctly and farm up the way he needs to. Now, on that note, with Light being level 4 now, you can expect him to go ahead and try to set things up potentially. JP more so is on this kind of like, I'm going to babysit the lane if I have to. If I've got to go ahead and jump in or get that unbreakable taunt off, then that's great. I'm more of a peeler right now for this because TLPH's lineup has to scale up.
Yeah. So it's tough for Dominkite to be aggressive knowing that JP could show up at any time. And at the same time, Daiki is now in an even better position to be aggressive. Yes, ultimately the bigger chunks of damage comes out from Dominkite. But if Dominkite's not careful, he's not going to be able to maximize the passive. Meaning that after chunking down the carry low, the carry pops up ultimate, has to flicker to dash forward, and Dominkite can just get burned down.
I miss this.
Yeah.
The younger Uchiha just a much faster farmer than Leomord.
How much ahead he is right now, too. So
Two
turtles
levels.
up 2 levels. That's a big advantage right now against Demonkite to deal with. Again, space crucial here. Daiki can get spotted out by Dominkite on that extra brush here with this dangerous grass map. So still taking their time with it, though, just because they know they have to watch out for the initiation.
Crimson Beacon by Sanji, the answer. Pattern Steed from Demonkite. Down goes Light, the answer. Better airstrike. And still Liquid put their foot down. Dominkite taking down Sanford. And Carl Deasy once again 2 for 2 on that turtle. Now Edward flickering on back. Carl Deasy comes through. Katon once more. Down goes Edward. Carl Deasy calling the shots. Dominkite takes down Yue. And now attempting Grand Theft Purple. Demonkite still has a retribution. Oh, that's the momentum plus the retribution secures his own.
Yeah. Demonkite gets his own buff. Liquid. Great handling of the fights, Carl Teasy. You see the gears turning in his head of timing the entry. And it was also a good thing that Liquid was the one that initiated that because Light was in a perfect position to surprise.
Demonkite 2v1 gets punished. Sanford, huge.
Big pickup there. That's what they needed. I think still, if you look at this, you're going to have to kind of deal with Dominkite sitting on 2 kills now with Leslie. It'll be interesting to see what build path he goes here, too, especially for this, going against this kind of composition that TLPH has. But, yeah, right now they've got good early control, almost 2,000 up, kind of just taking their time with the way they approach some of these fights, and just Carl Teasy farming out of his mind on the Suyo. Oh, here's the focus.
Whoa! AOG, even underneath tier 1, you were saying, Joseph.
Hey, he doesn't have a flicker, but he's able to just kind of get out with the camo. So now he's got the support here. He's going to spot out Sanji.
Ultimate snipe.
Yeah, they just want to hold this down.
Feathered airstrike, pushing back Daiki, who wanted to take down that turret. Rora able to save parts of the map.
Okay, good, folks. Oh, look at the damage coming out of that, Leslie. I know for a lot of people that might not seem like a lot, but that's a good, healthy chunk. Daiki now focusing on the turret.
Oh, they're doing their best, their darndest to stop the push, because again, Dominkite needs the space. He needs this turret to stay.
Yeah. And good thing Light showed up at that time because they knew that Yue already used a feathered airstrike.
Yeah.
But Team Liquid could have just dove under the tower and take down potentially Yue and Dominkite, or just force out the flickers and get the tower. But with Light showing up, there was a risk that they could have gotten counter tech charge.
Oh, Edward with a vengeance, another one. The answer, Crimson Beacon by Sanji. And down goes Daiki. Dominkite pops him. Headshot.
And he used the flicker too, so imagine how much pressure he dealt with protecting that tier 1 turret. Ends up getting a 3rd kill now for Dominkite. fighting for this turtle. Look at the damage on Sanford. Just a couple pokes. They're going to go in with a charge.
Phantom Seed from a Demon Kite here, helping serve up a kill to Yue. Called easy 3 for 3. Who's gonna stop the goat? JP gets to spell that bomb with that, but Edward finishes him off. Aurora, despite the turtle getting taken away from them, win the trade.
Oh, he's got to be careful.
Leslie.
Demon Kite, almost point blank.
Oh, Edward
taking down Carl.
Was that a miss?
Not gonna happen. Edward a little too deep. There was nowhere for him to go unless the flicker's up, though.
Yeah, I think they were trying to look for the trade. Edward probably accepted that he was going to get taken out. That's why he tried to go for the predictive final slash. But Karatisi got to sidestep it just in time, man. That was actually a great call by Edward to final slash there, not where Karatisi was going.
Crimson Beacon up, putting Dominic right underneath Sanford's blade. The shutdown.
Oh, that's exactly what they needed. Finally getting that shutdown on Demon Kite will make something happen here too, and I still have to point out the fact that Demon Kite is so far behind in terms of Karatisi. Even in that levels, it's really not the best position to be in, but he can rely on the team to kind of help him stay into this game.
Karatisi is in Shippuden, while Demon Kite's still again in.
I don't know the ranks, I'm sorry.
Same. But I know what he's
episode 1, bro.
Yeah.
Shinobi? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ninja.
I'll go for that.
We know who the Naruto fan is here.
Not me.
Hey, the thing is you kind of forget because you haven't seen Suyo too much in the previous seasons, just how fast he can farm up. And when you have this kind of lead, look at this, and even his itemization, the way he's building it, maneuver in and out of these team fights and find the right amount of damage on the right target.
The earliest I've seen Suyo actually be in demand was in the SEA Games in Thailand. And now he's a real threat, it seems like.
Ooh. Well, Sanford would try to commit the flicker, but okay, so Karatisi was way too far there at that time. A little bit too risky. So now with a 4 level gap still, he's at 14 now. Karatisi, Demon Kite still at 10. The crazy thing is they're fine. US Deathless, his damage hurts. Demon Kite, it hurts, and he debuts to Leslie once again after using her back in MPL Philippines Season 13 playoffs with Menana Evos. I completely forgot about that. Oh, that was the one where they picked the Leslie after the Yuyong was picked.
Big oof.
Oh yeah, that was I remember that moment. Fight for the Lord though, less than half, quarter of the health here.
Quick dodge and a blitz. Karatisi secures the turtle. Phantom Steed coming in, looking to punish whoever's on Dominic Kite in the back line, but it's too much, too little. Sanji takes down Edward, and even underneath their purple, in comes JP. Dominic Kite takes down Sanford, and Daiki finds revenge on Dominic Kite. Sanji gets a double. The chef finds 2.
And that's unfortunate. He didn't have the flicker anymore, and he gets caught by the AOG. So Aurora on the defense with 2 members, Demon Kite and Light, to defend this bit of a push here to get these holy defensive down before that Lord makes its way down bot.
That's the rough thing about Aurora's Leslie pick. It worked out against them because that left Karatisi free to farm. Because of JP going down to the gold lane, that also called Light down to the gold lane, meaning that because of the speed between the two, Karatisi will just end up clearing the jungle way faster than Demon Kite.
Unintentional dead lane for Aurora.
Yeah, there was no disruption from Aurora's side to try and stop Karatisi from getting farmed. And there was nothing stopping Karatisi from getting those turtles. He had to work for it, yes, but all 3 went there. And I think Aurora was banking on them winning the turtle fights.
Feather Dare Strike! They're trying to stop this penetration attempt from Liquid down bottom. JP very low, revitalized, keeps him alive. Here comes Edward. Final slash displaces him, but JP is still up. Dominic Kite ends him, but a little too forward. Dominic Kite falls, so does Life, and Dominic Kite. Edward traded out for US down, and it's a wipeout. Stampede complete. Liquid have wiped out the M7 World Champions.
And like that, they're going to go into end of the series here with Game 3 under their belt. What a welcome for Daiki and TLPH.
Welcome to the home of champions, where even world champions crumble to the reigning champions of the Philippines. What an opener for Season 17.
Daiki, welcome to the Cavalry, a successful debut for their MDL Academy graduate.
Controlling and Twisted Minds are just trying to survive.
Look at this!
Like, when are you going to see this lineup?
I've never seen Hayes do anything like this.
Gold lane yeesh. Oh my god.
This was a thing for like 2 weeks last year.
Yeah.
Up against the claw. Yeah, there was like a little bit of time.
There was a little bit.
There was
Yeah.
a spell.
Just a little bit of gold lane YSS when we were still trying to see, is it fighters? Can we actually pull out some crazier picks in the gold lane?
Like a fling.
Yeah.
Fling or not, we're going to go ahead and go into this one. Land of Dawn here between this historic match right now. Severo alongside the Super Fam Onic Philippines versus Twisted Minds. And Al against him. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen the YSS in the gold lane.
Gentlemen, note the aggressive use of Purify.
Yeah. And he also started by taking the Beetle up top. So that's his first thing. Before the waves came out, he went straight for the Beetle. Huh. Interesting. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. Okay, he just went there. He just hasn't spawned yet. Okay.
Checked it.
All right, I was just losing it a bit.
All right, King Kong and Brusco bearing down on the small camp away from MP the King. They successfully get it, but look, MP is just self-sustaining. He's like, all right, I'll do it myself. I'll take yours in return.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, Severo might get the gank here.
Kaloy coming in. Gets a good freeze on both Brusco and Prince. He's fine.
Okay, for those that might not know, and why we spent so much time today alone from last series until now talking about Marcel. And if you haven't played it against him yet, just for those that don't know, Marcel he's basically overpowered. Like, he's so strong. And then we talked about too how the Leomord was great against him, but now you have it on the same team. Is this still a massive threat against Onic, or does this lineup, this draft, kind of alleviate some of that strength that Marcel has?
And it's one of those scenarios where I'm like, the gears in my head are trying to turn as fast as they can right now. There's so many unfamiliar pieces together that I'm thinking about. So I think we'll see a little bit more of it as it goes on.
It's 4D chess. There's a nice freeze onto Brusco. The passive on Kaloy coming through as well. The tracking shot, upping his movement speed to, again, effectively track targets. Now he jumps into Ryota and Brusco. There's Epi the King with a Venom Steed slashing through Brusco. Didn't even get the heal, using that flicker defensively. And now Ryota pushing back 3 members of Twisted Minds. Sean checking in, holding on to the RWM.
Yeah, Epi the King brought low, but I don't think Onic can go straight for the turtle. Have to go through the purple buff first. Let's see if after this purple buff, they'll go there, and where MP the King will go. After this green camp, is he going to try to position for turtle, or will they just give that up and go to their own purple buff instead?
Yeah, so
purple it is.
Yeah, purple taken. No deaths there. But so this is one of the things that Marcel does, and he doesn't have the ultimate yet. He doesn't have that golden hour just yet, but still a threat with being able to go ahead and snap some of these people. But King Kong secures the turtle. They'll keep it clean and calm right now. First objective secured.
Uh-oh, Owl catches a face full of Mountain Shocker. Had to get on out of there. Did not need to use the Purify, but a close call across the map. Onic are getting what they want.
Yeah, it seems like in the trades, the moment Severo lands the Mountain Shocker and the stun first, that's already going to be advantage for him, making it hard for Owl to decide whether or not he's going to be committing it. So after he took all of that damage from Severo, he decided to BMI out instead. So let's see if Severo's going to keep using his ultimate just in lane to try and keep forcing Owl back.
Could. I mean, right now he's got a little bit of an advantage, as you can see there with the gold in the gold lane. Across him, he's 200 gold ahead. Went to the rush with that Hunter Strike too.
Which in hindsight is still very strong out of the gold lane. Name another gold laner who has an ult that affects the map entirely on a single press. Even SOD doesn't do that. You have to aim SOD. And you have to do something with it. Oh, there it is, another Mount Shocker. King Kong drops the deadly magics. Owl bites it underneath tier 1. First blood
Clean.
for the Super Fam.
Clean gank from those two. That could not have gone any better. And it seems like because of Owl prioritizing the Warrior Boots first, that's him acknowledging that in lane to lane, it's better for the YSS. They will have the damage advantage. Severo decided to go for pure damage item. Owl immediately thought, this is going to hurt. I have to go defensive first.
And that's going to hurt too, because that's a whole lot of extra gold now in the hands of Severo, even though he was already a couple hundred gold ahead. And like you guys were mentioning, having that Mountain Shocker, also secures you that move, that play with the Deadly Magic with the Harley to set things up.
Tsunami Slam finds him. Golden Hour, the answer. Kaloi moving around, trying to cancel Brusco's initiation. It's successful, but still, Twisted Mind's on the back, but Sean forced to flicker out.
Defensive Golden Hour, and yeah, you see the moment it goes up and there are members of both teams outside of the Golden Hour, they're essentially just waiting.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's a waiting game when it's used. And second turtle up, control right now for Onyx. Let's see if Twisted does.
Here we go, Black Dragon form plus the Phantom Steed. Big trade in the Turtle Pit. Lansu steals it away with an Infernal Pursuit. And just like that, Turtle 2 goes over to Twisted.
All right, Twisted somehow ends up securing that. Lansu gets that, but you can still see that if they go full force in the face of Onyx, it's more so of they need to be able to go ahead and scale up. And a part of that is that Phoveus being tanky enough. They've got plenty of damage early on to be able to utilize this and wait for Al to eventually come online here on this Claude here. But what I'm seeing from Onyx too, the way they approach the fights is just like we've seen so much times before. Kalea can set things up. If you don't have that, you actually have quite a bit of good, these like mini crowd controls that you can use with the Fury, the Phoenix, even Ryota when he has the Petrify available or that setup potential with the Furious Dive.
It's interesting to see the hero design of oh, sorry, I'm blanking. Marcel, there you go.
Marcel.
Thank you. He's not really built like the archetype in-your-face type attack, but because of his kit, because of frame moment and tracking shot, he is encouraged to just go up right in front of whoever he's up against, try to get those immobilizers and crowd control up, and then make the most out of all of the crowd control abilities that you have.
And he can. We've seen it a couple of times. The only problem is Twisted Minds can never really truly say no. All they're doing is saying not yet to Onyx. What's the power spike we're looking for? Is it an Owl? Is there another possible power spike?
I mean, with the presence of the Leomord, that's a given. I think they're also looking towards when the Eve will have enough damage that Onyx will really have to respect. Because so far it's been Onyx like initiating.
Yeah.
But then if they're not careful with their initiation and they get trapped in the mix-up of a well-timed, maybe one skill after the other, real-world manipulation, and then Golden Hour, setting all that up, or the other way around, then Onyx dive-focused lineup is going to start feeling the counterpunch of the Twisted Mind playstyle. It's old-school Bonchan S-on.
Yeah, I think that's why this now for this last turtle of the game, you're going to see them set things up. Now, there's no Purify that was taken out earlier on for Kaloi, so I don't think he's going to be able to jump in this one. So that's one thing that Brusco is doing. He knows that any Kalea player that going against this knows there's going to be two Purifies. They go.
Tsunami Slam on the one. Black Dragon form.
Wow.
Golden Hour stopping Frizz and Brusco holding the tracks. Severo pushes the turret. And just like that, it's all Lansu. He finds King Kong. The beast has been slain. And the Super Fab will find retribution. Down goes Lansu. The Ryota army goes wild.
That was either unfortunate timing or the best timing because of the enhanced basic attack from Lansu's Phoveus. Locked in on King Kong's Harley at the right time so that when he got the hat trick away, Lansu was already locked in and homed in on him like a missile.
Yeah, and also when that fight broke out, they're able to go ahead and capitalize on something. That's what Twisted Minds did really well, especially last season. Sometimes they might be losing that fight or that skirmish, but they're usually getting something else across the map. And you see that as they take that tier 1 down, keeps them from getting too out of hands when it terms of the gold lead. But it is going to be Severo that knocks down the tier 1 turret now down bot, and you can see the itemization coming into play. King Kong's now got a Divine Glaive with the Genius Wand. So he's going to work pretty good synergistically with Super Prince now at this portion of the game where they're just looking to burst someone down. If they can lock someone down, survive that Golden Hour setup, and then get one themselves, they get the advantage in terms of numbers.
Yeah, but on the other side, you also see the threat of what the Twisted Minds combo could potentially have. The ceiling, it's quite obvious. I didn't expect that they'd use that to actually stop the reinforcements coming in after the initial setup. That bought time, which led to King Kong going down. So, again, it's pretty much the same thing. Onyx just needs to be careful of their timing and dive because it's easy for Twisted Minds' composition to split them up at the worst possible time, then punish.
It seems like if we see it more often, it'll be confirmed, but they're using Golden Hour to reposition and reassess the battlefield. It's like, all right, Golden Hour now. You got 2 seconds. All right, this is where they are. Do that. And that's how they won that last engagement.
That's interesting, too. Lights, camera, action. He's 130th hero pick in the MPL Philippines. Yeah, Marcel. That's Clem.
Clemar is his
Clemar.
camera.
Clemar
Clemar.
Santos.
It's a magical camera with a person's soul in it.
Yeah. Dare I
pretty
say, you
crazy
could call Clemar a faceless void.
Yes.
Cameras don't have faces, you're right.
Yes, you're right. They don't. The Lord's got one. Lansu, though, he gets poked down a lot. Again, this is the amount of damage that even King Kong can do, so it's going to be a fight for the space around the Lord.
Oh.
Where's he going to go here?
I'm thinking, okay, so even if during the objective team fights, because of Traceless, Severo's positioning in the dance is as if he is a jungle himself. Maybe they're using him as a little bit of a bait tactic, wherein they see the YSS and then Traceless.
Kaloy compromising Brusca's position in that river brush, and they re-engage. It's come to the point where the game is so tight that despite Onyx having, you know, a small advantage on the map and a 1k gold lead, Twisted Mind's movements are just as lethal.
Yeah. This is all going well for Onyx, but at the same time, Twisted Minds have kept the game close. Hal did suffer that one death, just a level behind Severo, so it's not a massive gap.
Yeah.
Less than 1,000 behind.
Less than 1,000. He's on the way to Trinity. Once that golden staff locks in, then it is gonna start looking a little bit more different for Onyx.
About 1,000 and change, I take that back.
Yeah.
He's just on his way to the Swift Trinity.
Yeah, so once he gets there, he's going to be in a good position to actually fight this. And I think that's why Twisted is just kind of delaying this out if they can.
Yeah. We're also waiting for the third item of Sean because he went Bloodwing second. So typical Eve approach, he decided to go for sustainability, which makes a lot of sense because of the threat of the Harley of King Kong. Who, by the way, I like his positioning so far.
Kaloy took a little too much heat there.
Yeah.
Down to a third.
And that just goes to show how good the damage profile of Onyx is. Even up against the Roamer. I know he's not, again, a traditional tank, and he does build defensive items, but that hurts. And that is a telltale sign for Twisted Minds that they're gonna need to pull the trigger eventually. They cannot keep stretching this out.
Oh, King Kong, okay, he's going to check that out. That's one thing that's interesting about Marcel, too, right? He doesn't get 8 HP, basically, from the HP items.
No benefits.
No benefits from it. You saw him pick up a Guardian Helm. That's just going to help him heal back up at least when
because
he does
he
get
keeps
poked down.
putting himself in danger.
He kind of has to, though,
He'll
right?
sit out for like 3 seconds. I can do. Go away,
Like
games.
this? Okay.
Go away, games. Even Brusco's getting tired of this. Like, stop! Come on, stop!
Oh, less than half health on the Lord.
All right, this is the dance. Lord gets reset.
Yeah, it gets reset. There's so much pressure from Onyx lineup.
Whoa! Brusco pulls the trigger. Finds Sean. That's the golden hour. The reposition. He has the fury of the Phoenix. Sean goes down. Black Dragon form from Ryota. That's the Mount Shocker from Severo. Does not get the finishing job, but MP finds Brusco. Severo falls, and now Ryota in the middle of 3. Make that 4. Kaloy still here. Ryota goes down. Ow gets him. Lansu got the deadly magics on him, but he's got a lot of HP. He's fine. Twisted Minds reposition to the Lord.
What a fight for Twisted Minds. I thought it was going to go way worse than it did for them. But Onyx wasn't able to win that fight, and now Lord goes to Twisted.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it earlier. If Twisted Minds are going to change their approach wherein once something has initiated, they will hold off. Maybe then they'll use the golden moment, hold a little bit, allow Onyx to go deep into the engage, and then that's when they pop their big abilities. You see it happen. Once Onyx decides to go for full dive, but Twisted Minds have it premeditated where we still have some ultimates, we still have some abilities to punish this dive, then we can turn it around. So Twisted Minds' long game con has worked out for them. Now it's Onyx in the back foot with a lineup that doesn't want to be playing from behind in terms of map control.
Yeah, it's interesting too because of the fact that like this is such a low kill game from especially what we saw in the previous series, but it's the technicalities that are coming through here with this composition. I mean, even in a sense, Golden out, freezing the Lord, keeping him there too, goes in for his charge, but that's part of the play here. Also notice that something that has to be dealt with if you are Twist and you're using that Golden Hour.
Yeah.
You saw from Super Prince the timing with the Fury of the Phoenix, that little bit of a stun that is there with the Fury of Phoenix can be timed well to deal at least with the Golden Hour in a way.
Yeah, and I like how Kaloy used the Golden Hour on that Lord because that actually meant that the dive will push through that charge. Because if he did not commit that, then Onyx would have taken down the Lord before the damage from the charge connected.
So there would have been a chunk of HP that the turret would have saved.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why he uses ultimate to make sure that the charge will eventually just go through.
These are mechanics that prior was not in the game before Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel has changed the
Yeah, man.
It's changed the game, literally.
It's been a great year for the French. Well, it's not really French, it's just the name.
Yeah, just the easy English. Owl also just picked up his win in nature, so he's going to have that defensiveness here for him. Look at this. This is what I was talking about. There's the Fury of the Phoenix. Bit of a stun there, but still, surprisingly, because of the way this lineup works for Monic, once that was used up, you lose a lot of the firepower, and Severo going down. Lansu does a great job at sticking to the right targets here.
Yeah, and it was also the defensive Blazing Duet from Owl. So Onyx decided to go commit on that Claude. Once a Blazing Duet popped up, they were like, wait, this hurts more than it's supposed to be. Oh no, we're split up. Oh, Severo was left alone. Lansu was just eating up the back line. So Onyx need to watch their positioning, and they need to double down again on the idea that they built this lineup so Severo's comfortable across the map and during team fights.
My God. And the only way that they can stop Lansu is if they kill him. And he's building full defense. And his kit is procced by 4 heroes. Oh my God, Kaloy is about to get bursted down. I'm not sure that works that way, Kaloy.
He tried it out.
All right, impressive. I think that is a gift Guardian Helm for. Because again, he was out of combat, and he recovered enough health.
To stay alive.
But I think he tried the golden hour, the damage proc.
All right, well, it didn't work that time, but
worth a try, I guess.
a try, worth an attempt.
We could be wrong. That could be how it works.
Yeah. Just for some reason that didn't come through. He didn't even use the Purify, so he still had that, obviously.
Yeah. That's impressive.
It is.
It's interesting, I'd rather say.
The really tough thing about the Onyx lineup, though, is even if they blast one, because, again, with what you mentioned, the presence of the Phobius, it feels like it's not worth it to all commit to just go for a 5v4 advantage. Because even as 4, as long as the Phobius or even the Leomord is alive, Twisted Minds is fine.
Lansu is relentless.
Yeah. Let's say, how about that, if, like, in the last team fight, Sean went down so quick, but what happened? Twisted Minds eventually won that fight.
Fury of the Phoenix, he purifies it. King Kong pops Kaloy. They're a man down. In comes the rest of Twisted Minds. And Onyx, they answer back. Down goes one. Brusco still alive.
MP still up.
1 HP. Down goes Ryota. Phobius, Lansu chasing him down. Brusco gets popped by Sean. 2 for 1 the trade.
Renmar, it's just like you said. Even if you throw everything at one of the members of Twisted, you're still in a susceptible position when Lansu is alive, and even so, MP, he was able to go ahead and mark down a target and take out Ryota.
Yeah, these two are making it look easy. These are the anchors of the lineup of Twisted Minds. Even if Sean isn't having that impactful of an Eve game, 1-1 and 2, still impressive, yes, but it's really all the Phobius and the Leomord giving so much problems for Onyx in the longer engaged team fights.
Whoa, Lord here. Down to a 5th of his health, now on 8. Furious Phoenix. Superman trying to buy time here, but it's not going to happen. MP secure. Lansu got about 1 HP left. Still in it. They take the Lord.
Lansu's doing work, man.
Yes, sir.
This Phobius, I mean, there's a reason why he's carrying a, what is it, a monolith or an obelisk or whatever he's carrying.
An obelisk.
An obelisk. He's doing that in this game, and you were pointing this out. I mean, look at his item build, man. Dom Eyes to Radiant Armor, and then he's got the Chastised Pulcher. What's his last item going? I mean, he's so tanky already.
It's a Winter Tranche and then an Immortality.
There's the Winter Tranche. You just got it. Okay.
Winter Crown.
Why is it a Tranche?
Sorry, Crown.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I'm old.
We're throwing it back.
I'm old.
Winter Tranche showed
Bloodthirsty
up there,
King. I'm old. That's an item.
Yeah. That is an item.
It is.
Kaloy.
Yeah, that's a hell of a throwback.
That is a very
Raptor
throwback.
machete.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Severo picking up the Rose Gold. They'll have to deal with this Lord again. I'm assuming we're going to see Kaloy potentially do same thing. He doesn't have the golden hour up just
now
yet.
He does.
Yeah, okay, now he's got it. But I don't think they need it. Yeah, he's just going to go for the full dive. They want to take this base turret down. That they do. So now Twisted, they're going a little bit further. They still have a wave up top that can potentially push in, but it looks like they're just going to go ahead and get that one base turret.
Yeah, they didn't have enough minion wave to try and extend that a little bit further. If they had a minion wave in mid, they probably would have just full sent it. But the thing is, the game is so close that one big mishap from either team just pretty much spells victory. Twisted Minds, they can't be comfortable with this 1,000 gold lead. At this point, Onyx has everything they need. It's just, it's so tricky to fight against a lineup that has two very tanky presences when your entire lineup is built for fast, quick win.
Yeah, they knew. Both the Gentleman in the River and King Kong knew.
Yeah.
Lansu's man marking and reading of the map, the potential positioning of where King Kong and the other members of Onyx could be has been stellar. We might be seeing an eventual MVP performance from the EXP laner of Twisted Minds.
He's got my nod.
Yeah. This is going to be one of those things where it's like now if Onyx wants to get the favor, Ryota on the Yuzhong has to be able to go ahead and almost emulate what Lansu's able to do, but on the other side, because now Owl, he, like you mentioned in the draft too, he's got so much space to work with in a lot of these fights, and we've seen that, but I think it almost does come down to these XP laners on both sides being able to set things up.
Gentlemen, that's why I call it the trunch. The image is the trunch.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm so confused too.
Looking at the crowd right now, dude.
Yeah. The Tron show up, but it's the crowns.
A little bit of a Brass Black Friday for us here.
Yeah. So Twisted. I'm trying to think if this is gonna keep being so easy for them, because so far it is.
As long as Onyx doesn't pull anything that is different from the past half a dozen fights, then yeah, it's going to go to Twisted over and over again. That's what Onyx is doing now. That's why they're buying time, looking for a different angle of attack.
Yeah, I feel like they've been trying to find the angles, but it seems like almost every angle is
Covered by Lansu.
covered by Lansu. Like, I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere.
Lansu's just the guy. Okay, they're going to go and keep them spotted out here. King Kong has been pretty happy with using that deadly magic, but it's just unfortunate because they can't really capitalize on the right target. Who is the right target? For a lot of times it's been either Kaloi, he's taken that. Owl has been pretty safe, and he just picked up the Malefic gun too, so he's got a little bit more range to work with. But this now evolved Lord at this point, 21 minutes into this game. It's been such, again, a low kill game. You can see some items picked up here too. Severo now getting DHS to go ahead and try to help deal with Lansu if he gets focused in on him. But this is a tough one. This is going to be a tough Lord to secure on for Onyx here.
Yeah, I just realized it's also really tough to go for the burn rush on the Lord if you're Onyx, because if Kaloi's nearby, it's just like, okay, golden hour. Hey guys, come over here. Setting it up for us. It ends up becoming a leash.
King Kong waiting patiently. Severo once again cosplaying the jungler here on this YSS. Lansu?
Deadly Magic's already committed. That's another one, 25 seconds. Possibly that King Kong will have to wait. In comes Kaloi, gets on out of there. No punish from King Kong. Again, it's off of cooldown. That's a third of the health left on the Lord. This dance is about to turn deadly. That's a soft reset.
Yeah, wait, Lansu flickered though. I wonder if Onyx are going to use that knowledge to try and take Lansu out immediately.
The ult's back up for King Kong. He's going to go for Kaloi.
Deadly Magic's again committed. But the Fury of the Phoenix. Onyx thinking about it. It's a 4-0.
Wow.
Onyx used the threat of violence to stop Twisted Minds from contesting. Lord to the Super Fam.
That was brilliant. They did use the knowledge of Lansu burning his flicker because they knew that that's going to immediately change how Twisted Minds want to go for the dance. He's going to be a little bit more careful, drag it out a little bit further, and yes, the Purify from Owl also got forced out.
That's the Fury, baby.
It's a chess game, man. And that's exactly what that whole Lord dance was. Again, a Lord that was evolved, plus that 20-minute mark here for this. So a very hard-fought win. And it's funny because when you break that down, a whole lot didn't seem to happen, but a whole lot really did when it came down to the timings, be able to get some of those battle spells down, and then now work towards having this advantage of pushing in with the Lord here. And so with this evolved Lord coming towards the base of Twisted, and this kind of lineup that Onyx has, we'll see if they can push down some of these base turrets.
10 kills, 6 on Twisted, 4 on Onyx, 23 minutes. I wonder if Severo's going like, guys, what is this?
This is not what I heard.
Is this how the food is played? Wow.
Fury of the Phoenix starting it up for Onyx, plus a Mount Shocker. And that's enough. I think Onyx are happy with going evens with Twisted Minds. They both have lost a side lane inhibitor.
I think they're still potentially going to get this mid turret here.
Do they want more? Naruto says Onyx, Black Dragon form by Ryota. They don't have enough waves. Golden Hour used to stop Onyx forward momentum. Bottom lane almost gave in, but Twisted Minds keep it up.
So nearly getting the 2 base turrets too.
Up King Kong! He gets it! Plus the space
It's Cloud
escape.
Oh no!
Here it comes! Flying Clouds, an unfortunate pause.
Double checking it out. Seems like, yes, based on the information that we can see on the stage, it is the side of Onyx Philippines that did call the pause, and our marshals are currently assisting Super Friends.
How's about that for a golden hour?
Yeah.
Well, when we get back, we are going to be seeing Ryota going down.
Yeah, he's definitely
definitely
gonna
about
die.
dead.
I will say this, not worth it, man. It's flying clouds. They should respect the respawn and them to just chase. I know they wanted to get the tower, but dude, that's one tickle of a basic attack away, two even. Why did you need to commit?
And if you look back at the competitive history of Coach Eson and Coach Bonchan, this is their specialty. Even before Flying Clouds, under Blacks International, they would relish in base defenses and then wipe out their opponents.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, which is why I'm just like, what was that?
I don't know if they'll like get more than just Ryota off that.
Yeah.
Because
There might be more.
King Kong should have been able to get away.
Yeah, he has the hat trick dash out. He still has a bit of movement speed to get away. So he should be safe. I think it's Ryota. I just didn't see right before we went to the pause if there were members of Onyx in the mid lane close enough to help Ryota or maybe even punish Twisted Minds for chasing down the Yuzhong.
That's one thing that I'm wondering too, because all right, and if they don't, if it's just Ryota going down, then they got 2 base turrets down, and mid is like 1 HP of the base turret for Twisted. But I think what we end up seeing is just once again a Lord dance. Like, this is the most Lord dancing that we have seen in a while.
Yeah.
Like with these kind of compositions.
Is it the effect of the M7 World Championship on Team Liquid and Aurora that their first match went like that? And now that when we go back to 2 teams that weren't part of the M7 World Championship, it's like, yep, welcome back to the Philippines.
This is how we play.
This is how we play. It's a lot of macro. It's a lot of slow pace, really trying to count your advantages, count your skills in every single moment. It's crazy that we got to see so far 2 very different ways of how the game is played here at the Home of Champions.
Van Clayton must be like, something's got to give. I want to fight.
Van Clayton.
All right, Scent is not giving the chop just yet.
Yeah.
I want to say he's posted up.
Are we going to get the chop?
And
No, we're going back. All right, let's see what happened. So, oh wait.
Ryota got away.
survived?
He got away.
He actually got away.
he got away with it.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Still 10 kills, gentlemen.
Still worked out for them. I overreacted. I really thought Ryota was going to go
I
down.
thought he was going to die
And
too.
he even saved his immortality.
Yeah.
What a guy. He almost got petrified here in just a second. Lord is going to be up here in just a bit too. So, like I was saying, this is going to be one of those things. And I don't know, maybe there's a threat. There's not much of a threat they can even do playing the map when the Lord comes up here, because that bottom side is down, unless, you know, usually we see some potential for a split push, but
King is trying, look.
yeah, this might be a little bit too difficult to pull off, though.
Yeah. That bottom lane minion wave is going to be a problem for Onyx. You know, Twisted Minds is going to be leveraging
He's just
that.
where's he? He's swinging around
Look
here.
At the cut by King. He knows that he's unpunishable in this position. Purple still standing. MP does not secure. Where'd it go?
Where is the purple bro?
Oh no, it was left frozen by Onyx.
Oh, they only left the...
They left the baby.
They left the baby.
So he's going to go ahead and take the orange, but the fight?
Big dance, down goes the middle. And now a response coming in from Ryota. Black Dragon 4 trying to stop Twisted Minds. Brusco very low. MP the King trying to stop him. Pops
no,
that
King from the back.
immortality. King Kong looking for him. Down goes Brusco. 3v5. Lancel catches a face full of deadly magic. He's gonna be fine here. Gets that winner crown. Freezes, bro. And he's fine. Onyx trying to take down Sean. Golden hour.
Wow.
He's okay. Kaloy catches the heat. And with that, Twisted Minds back to business. Trying to secure
They
the
get the
Lord.
Lord.
King Kong, a little too far, and the retribution is good. MP secures.
Punish.
Oh, defensive blazing duet. Twisted Minds recover.
Oh.
There goes. Oh, Super Prince flickers forward.
This is going to keep going on. The Lord's going to spawn, but Owl is gone for more than a minute. By the time the Lord gets to the base of Onyx, Brusco and Severo will be back.
Oh, the Lord just spawned. I thought we missed a 15-second window.
Oh,
If it
man.
spawned at 45, it would have been better.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but this game, I mean, almost the 27-minute mark, and it's like, you know, you saw King Kong over there on that side of the jungle going for the orange and everything else, but the team got forced into a fight. So we're going to have some swapping of items going on here, it looks like, too.
potions also coming into play.
Oh.
And this is going to be a beefy Lord to deal with. I'm really wondering how Onyx is going to be able to go on the defense here. They might force something actually before the Lord even gets its way up to that base.
Yeah, their damage is going to suffer because they have to commit a good chunk of it to taking care of the Lord. And that means Twisted Minds can come in and deal damage back with not much of a response.
That's why they have to deal with it here. Knowing that Owl's not part of the picture, but Twisted, what do they want to do? Do they choose a fight or just delay? Look at those hits on Severo from the Lord alone.
MP!
MP! Would be fine, gets his immortality pop. So the Butterbeal did give him a little extra magic defense, but not enough.
Man, seeing the pros play it, Marcel is really annoying. He just keeps walking up to you. You can't help but just get snapshotted. That momentary freeze is more than enough for another team to decide real quick whether they're going to jump on you or not.
That bought enough time, though. Onyx was able to go ahead and do enough to take care of this Lord. Again, a massive charged up Lord to almost the 28-minute mark at this point. And I think, again, it all comes down to the Lord dances, unless somehow there's a big pickoff to come into play here. But I don't know if that's really going to happen with Onyx as they try to defend this mid.
Conceal by Kaloy, plus the Golden Hour, stopping the Black Dragon form, throwing it in, Tsunami Slam, no one home, the turret left at a fifth of its health, down goes Lansu, Blazing Duet takes down Brusco, and the turret up top goes down.
What a
the freezes, FP the King gets caught,
Severo
down, Severo might go ham here, and the rest of Twisted Minds get on out of there. 3 go down from Twisted, 2 for Onyx.
A big play for Severo and Onyx Philippines.
The Mountain Shocker was actually alley-oop by the Golden Hour with everyone frozen. That actually looked like a great defensive tool, but Severo didn't caught. He waited for the right moment to throw out that stun, and it landed perfectly. It was difficult for him to find the right position, but eventually he was able to get kills. Sean, I gotta give it to him. That was a great timing of the real-world manipulation.
Phoenix almost caught Kaloy. Deadly Magic will proc. He will use the Guardian Helm to its best. And oh my lord, another one, Mount Shocker.
I think Twisted have.
Well, what else could they be thinking? How do they contest?
I don't think they can. This is just a thing. You know, there's plenty of damage in King Kong's kit. That's going to be a Lord secured. What a turn of events. I was saying maybe we just wait for the next Lord to come through and see the same fight. But no, that base defense ends up giving Onyx Philippines the upper hand to turn things in their favor.
What a game. I had to take a sip. See here, Severo was still on the turtle ship. He waited, threw it out. A lot of damage on Sean. Forced out the Winter Crown already. Defensive Blazing Duet by Owl. But at that point, they burned out the main damage tool to go alongside the real-world manipulation as we head into a pause.
Okay, man. This is going to be a tough one now to defend for Twisted. I think their lineup is more built for it, though, I would say. There's potential that we see this Lord also cleared out. I'm wondering just how they deal with the kind of like this composition from Onyx a little finicky, as I would say it. You get some control. Now you've got a Glue. You've got the Khalid, and even the Valentina. It's like Valentina mostly on the opposite side. What are you going to be taking? Just the real-world manipulation? For the most part.
Pretty much, I said. Pretty balanced on both sides. Again, when it comes to the Glue, you look at the gravity that he pulls. Huge effect of the team fighting. If they don't have the damage profile to deal with it, I'm talking about Onyx Philippines here, then they might just have to take the approach of don't mind the Glue, he dives, catches us, okay, go ahead and chase down the other teammates of the Glue. So that even if the Glue catches someone, suddenly the Glue's left alone because the rest of his teammates are down. So besides that, I'm still leaning a little bit more towards Twisted Minds here to force us into a game number 3 because, again, of the gravity of the Leomord alongside the Glue. But if King Kong goes crazy, then yeah, this is ending quick.
And that's why I think the keys to victory was so important there, especially about King Kong. You know, like we saw in the hands with a Harley, he was able to get an MVP performance. Well, the Suyo, we've seen him play this time and time again. And so we are going to be waiting a little bit longer to get into this game. Is it still on the...
Yeah, it's on the Onyx side, and now they're assisting Ryota. Their marshals are in on it right away. You can see them, Tony Rhoda on the screen and helping them out immediately. And I just want to say thank you to all the super fans that showed up and, of course, are watching us all online.
Yeah.
Pretty packed house here for the very first day. I love the energy, especially the Onyx super fan. They were throwing out merch earlier.
I've gotten word that both matches today have sold out, so thank you to the Minds, thank you to Super Fam, the Sonics from all around. Tomorrow, I think we do have some tickets left. Please check the MPL PH website. Secure them now.
These houses.
There we go.
Touche.
Jumping into this one, it's game 2. Onyx and Twisted Minds. Let's see what ends up happening here. Again, expanded rivers for this game too. Standard setups, at least for the mid and the roams here. This is one thing though.
Oh my God,
whoa.
Prince gets jumped on by Kaloy and Sean. Brusco might follow up. Oh my God, the forward flicker from Kaloy. Twisted Minds are unhinged.
That is
What?
busted damage.
Is this what they've been talking about Valentina?
Yep. That's why she's up there. Valen, Juicin, Eve, Farsa. The big 4 in the mid lane in this meta. Paired up with the Kali, of course, I mean, expectedly. Kali as well has always brought the damage out.
Yeah.
Thrill, Inspire CDR. Wow.
This is, oh my Lord. They're going at it again. And I think Onyx don't want to get bit twice. 1,000 gold up is now Twisted Minds. In comes King Kong. Brusco gets the kill. They get sweet revenge. But now without Brusco going down himself.
There we go. Good clapback right away. Response by Onyx Philippines. Now Twisted Minds pull things down. Do have the Leomord with them. Yeah, one of those wait for the first turtle type of scenarios.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be here.
Except for mid.
That's what I love about mid though, where you have this thing where you have this.
Kaloy still going. Kaloy still wants more. He gets on out of there. This is crazy. In the first 20 seconds, at level 1, Kaloy technically has 2 skills.
Yeah.
He has the scimitar and the sandwalk, which
sandwalk,
is again a good jump. That's extra damage.
And even the extra damage from Concussive Blast, like that's also true there. So they've got this turtle under control.
Dear God.
For Twisted. They're gonna make quick work of it, secured so quickly here. That'll give him a little bit more advantage to work with. So all the action so far has been in the mid lane.
Yeah. I really thought that after the first trade, they'll slow things down a bit. But then again, the advantage of the Khalid is after that initial salvo, you can heal yourself again. The Hilda's heal is slower, and she has to go into a bush. Kaloy can just drop it down in the feet and go, okay, thanks for poking me out. I'm gonna start fighting you again.
And he did. Oh my Lord, Brusco did not stand a chance. Everything but the kitchen sink thrown at that Hilda. He even committed his flicker.
Oh no, now in the play here down bot.
Silvero dashes on back underneath tier 1. That's enough damage reduction to help him survive. SOD missing. I mean, didn't even click it. What was that?
Yeah, missing the mark.
Oh yeah, that was
Sean,
a
missed the
stolen
mark.
SOD.
Yeah,
There you go,
Sean
Mike.
took it. Yep.
Sean stole it, tried to finish off Severa. I think he would have gone for the dive. He had the flicker, but he just missed.
Oh my Lord, the scimitar! Almost takes down. Oh, that's how you do it. It's Silvero gets 2.
Oh my God!
The MPL arena go crazy.
That was for all the haters that kept pushing the young man down, saying he's not going to be able to dance toe-to-toe with the Filipinos. Welcome to PH Severo. You look right at home.
He survived the attempt down bot, goes heals up, comes back, gets a double.
Uh-oh, in comes Kong, forcing out the Blaze of the Wet from Owl.
Oh, they
It's
got
a
it back.
2-man gank looking for it. Here comes MP. And Kaloy jumping in with a Raging Sandstorm. And now Kaloy gets punished. Can Brusco finish the job? Silvero serves up a kill.
This takes a Moskov and just accelerates him now. Look at this, 3-0, picks up a Corrosive Scythe this early on in the game.
Yeah, getting close to 1,000 gold lead against the Claude. That's really tough news for Twisted. Brusco falls.
Brusco's having a tough one, man. He's not able to really do too much just because of the nature of Twisted's lineup to deal with the Hilda here.
Great spot right now. Severo off the side. Ansu. Axe off.
The split, turtle number 2. It looks like it's all Twisted once again. SOD thrown out. I don't think Severo wants to press this. Lansu very low, gets that Infernal Pursuit on him. He survives.
Ooh.
There's the Phantom Steed. King Kong goes down. Sean gets one, and another served up to Sean. A double kill. Prince shuts him down. 2 for 1 the trade.
Yeah, that's unfortunate too, because you know that spear was thrown out. Probably could have joined that fight, but still, it's the trade. Across the board, Twisted, not much of a lead, of course, but with the 2 turtles in hand and a good spread of these kills too. Sean is just, right now, he's a biggest problem for Onic in these team fights. You're seeing how much damage this Valentina is actually able to do here.
Yeah, the Valentina burst is not friendly. Paired up with that Cal lead, it's just
yeah, it's
so
so
annoying,
much.
man. Onic, as we mentioned, we just need to keep timing out /tickets. And by the way, a lot of us talents actually also have affiliate codes, so use our codes if you get your tickets online and you get 50%. 50 pesos.
Saying, whoa.
50 pesos off,
50
not 50%.
pesos off.
50 pesos off.
5-0 PHP.
Yes.
Now here's it. This is what I want to look at. Look at the lead that Severo has right now. It's actually not too bad considering you had those early kills. Owl now picking up his second item. A Divine Glaive for Sean though is what you need to be worried about. Divine Glaive with a glowing wand and the burst that Valentina has right now could potentially take out Severo if he's not careful, if he joins these fights, or even so put enough threat on King Kong. So the turret finally goes down that they worked on for so long on the bottom side. That Lord's going to be up in about 15.
Whoa! 1v1, King Kong versus MP the King! And MP wins! Despite Super Prince's interference, real world manipulation committed there, but it's tough being a Suyo in this matchup.
Great punish by MP the King, and now this is Onic trying to see if they can delay this Lord take. Twisted Minds has gotten all the objectives so far. Severo in the far lane, waiting for an SOD.
Okay, Lord half health. Severo still up top. King Kong not up just yet, but they're going to force a fight anyway.
Phantom Steed called in. Sean taking out Super Prince. He has a little motivation off cooldown, so that's a no-go. Twisted Mind happy with what they got. SOD attempt coming in from Severo, but Twisted Minds take all of the objectives.
That was way too close.
Yeah.
But in the end, Twisted Minds held their ground and still got the Lord. They should be able to ride this out to maybe take down one base turret, and if Onic are going to be able to stop, at least all inner turrets are just going to be gone for Twisted, while Onic will still have their base.
Twisted playing very well here after that objective, after dealing with some of that momentum that Severo gave in the mid to that early to the mid game. They're doing great. Now they're going to go ahead and go for this tier 2.
The flickering cage coming from Twisted Minds, shocking Super Prince, and the rest of Super Fab, blazing duet coming from Mao. Sean gets another. Rio at the fall. King Kong trying to clean up what's left of them. Down goes Kaloy, and that's all that they could get. Twisted Minds happy with that trade.
The shock and all full dive lineup that Twisted Minds packed here. This is why I was leaning towards them, forcing a game number 3 after the draft. Despite all of the smart plays Onic have been making, the little ploys and tactics to try and see if they could get a sneaky little win here and there. At the end of the day, Twisted Minds can just press buttons, dives, they win.
Yeah, that's what works with this lineup, and now you've got the Trinity locked in for Owl, so he's pretty much where he needs to be, and you're seeing that happen here. So the difficult part for Onic is actually looking for somewhat of an advantage in a team fight, and you would think, okay, we've got the real-world manipulation with Eve, but so does Sean, and he hurts more, man. I mean, this is the tier 2 now falling in the bottom side. Severo's going to go up top, and you're left to wondering where Onic is going to be able to find a potential fight for their favor. They almost have to wait, in some cases, for Twisted to kind of overstep or make a mistake. And the window of opportunity for them right now, anyway, is quite small here.
And I'll tell you now, it's shrinking. Because Twisted Minds are not giving him any room to breathe. The engagement! And that's one member of Onic trapped. Down goes Ryota. In the backline, Brusco gets trapped as well. This is feeling desperate for Onic because Brusco, especially inside the base, will have less room to move.
Yeah.
Hilda is almost useless with grabs. Fritz gets cut out by Sean's real-world manipulation.
Sean is locked in, man, on this Valentina from the start of the game until now. He has to be the MVP of this one. They're going to go for the base turn in the mid.
And they trap Onic here with just King Kong and Severo left to defend. They get that tier 3 in mid. Top gonna be up next. Owl can push in with impunity.
Oh, Owl?
They are compromised, and Leota catches him. It's just I was saying he should be fine.
Taking chase.
How did this happen? The flicker in.
He's gonna miss.
Leota going in. Brusco looking to trap him. And there's the Phantom Seed stopping Onyx from pushing forward. Down goes Leota. A little too close for comfort.
Unfortunate miss on that SOD. That was a perfect dark wave by Ryota, but Twisted Minds, I like their approach and trying to retreat. They took it nice and slow. Yeah, they all clumped up together. They probably know that there was a risk of them getting hit by the Spear of Destruction and then Severo coming in. That's why they played the tight formation, but now Onyx has advantage on Lord.
Do they want to blitz?
Is blitzing it. King Kong is still here. Sean gonna jump in. King Kong gets trapped and he's taken out just like that. He survived maybe 1 or 2 seconds a little longer, but Prince helps Sean get shot down. And he's down. Severo going ham. Takes one down. That's MP. 2 for 1 the trade. No repsy both sides.
Big pickup to be able to get MP just when you thought it was so bad for King Kong.
Yeah.
Will want to play for Severo again. And this gives them a little bit of space to work with the Lord, start things up for King Kong to come up, but they might just go and fight
Super
it.
fab.
No red
4-3.
Forcing it into dangers. Lord at a quarter of its health. Kaloy,
Oh,
John Severo. In comes out. And with that, Severo still.
Severo!
Light stealing away. Severo lives. Severo survives the assault and the super fab back at the Lord take.
Severo does it again!
King Kong respawn and reclaim the Lord. The first big win decisively for Onyx.
I thought the Kaloy sidestep Raging Sandstorm would be the most impressive part of there to take down that Moskov. But Severo still survived, not enough time. Onyx also fought that really well as a team.
We gotta see this.
If you look back at the interview, look at that. Sidestep, backside, Raging Sandstorm with the Blazing Duet. He gets a dash out. Regen per hit. Ryota and Brusco coming back to find the angle to save their gold laner, leading to Onyx getting the Lord, and now they have control.
Fighter Emblem, baby! And King Kong gets caught between two. Dashes on out, allowing the rest of Onyx to push through. Lord up top, all 5 of them in mid, and now Twisted Minds on the back foot.
Was that also just because of Owl's positioning? I mean, still, nonetheless, Severo surviving that is crazy. So now Lord stopped in his tracks up top. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get to the base turrets just yet, but they will get the space they needed. Taking down a tier 2, down bottom, potentially this mid too. But man, Onyx, right now, they've all got to step up. Because right now, Severo, he's making the plays right now. They've got to make something happen with this.
He survived by a hair. And because of that, the rest of Onyx have woken up. Super Friends with a real world manipulation into Twisted Mind's base, putting 2 inhibitors at half health.
4-0 and 3. Still deathless is the Moskov. Twisted Minds got caught, and now with them not having control, I have to say, still their strat of just Unga Boonga dive damage, it's still definitely there.
It's still a threat.
Yeah, it's still a threat. They were just really outplayed by what started off as great individual play, then great recovery as from the team as a whole to just get the counter. They can still go Unga Boonga full dive, but it might not be as easy as it used to be now.
He did just also, Severo picked up a Wind of Nature. So he knows he's going to need that because, like you said, Renmar, that same kind of setup can happen time and time again every time Kaloy has that Flicker or that Raging Sandstorm available. And so it's something they have to kind of work around. They can go ahead and it's almost a flip a coin at this point when they kind of initiate with that. And I would say more often than not, they're gonna be able to find the right target. But so far, Severo has been that key factor of being able to kind of make these outplays. And it's been nice to see in terms of what he's able to do, even when they're falling behind a bit as a team. And like you said, it's reinvigorated Onyx.
It feels like an evolution of the Onyx Superfan playstyle, where now you're really just seeing the emphasis on the family of, we got our little bro here who's new to the scene. We're going to take good care of him. But little bro also showing up saying, I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I do need your help, guys. And the formation of Onyx playing around Severo, not just in this game, the previous game as well, despite the times that they messed it up just a little bit and then they left him at the mercy of the Fovies of Lanzu in game number 1. It's coherent and consistent.
Yeah. The thing I want to say too is Lansu is still essentially doing just as well on this glue than he did on the Phoveus in the previous game.
Yeah.
It's more so of just being able to make that strategy work with, you know, trying to go all in on one of these targets, and that's why you see this Lord. It's going to be started up by King Kong, but keep an eye on the positioning here too. They do also have to remember that every time a Moss comes in play, you kind of got to deal with the opposite end of the map, and that's what we usually see here. Rose Gold being picked up now, though. Look at this play, though.
Lord at a fifth of its health, now an 8. Phantom Steed from MP the King, but they don't have enough space to lean in. Ryota gets taken down. RWM from Super Sprint. He has to back on out of here. Blazing the way from Owl. Taking down a lot of them. Down goes Sprints. And just like that, it all falls down. 3 have fallen, 4 on it. Turned out for Owl. Twisted Minds back in the driver's seat as Brusco gets popped by MP.
And this could be it. They have a minion wave in mid. King Kong getting forced back by Sean.
Well, that should be it.
Might not be able to clear this.
Twisted. They're going for it. They should be able to end this.
There's no world where King Kong survives this, not alone. Another Phantom Steed coming in. He's trying. King Kong is popped by MP. That's the wipeout. Twisted Minds take us all the way.
As I said, it might be a flip of a coin. Just throw everything at him, and that one worked out for Twisted Minds to deal with Severo and to deal with Onyx Philippines.
If you thought that wasn't legit analysis, look what happened. Ooga booga damage full dive. It worked out. I mean, again, that despite everything that happened, bro, like, with that Severo play and the Onyx team play eventually in the end, come on, the pieces on the side of Twisted Minds can be just like, can we stop overthinking this and just dive them? Once Bruce goes out, they got nothing to protect. They're melting down Ryota really quick. They can just full send. They'll be fine. Blazing Duet, Win in Nature by Al. Even though Severo had the Win in Nature, eventually they just didn't have the damage anymore because their formation broke.
This is poetic. Twisted Minds ended the game the way they started it. In-your-face violence.
Yeah.
I like to see it. I mean, yes, there was a lot of highlights here from Severo, but I think you pointed it out really well, Redmar. This composition allowed Twisted Minds to just force a fight whenever they wanted to, essentially.
Yeah. I feel like at some points maybe Twisted Minds hesitated and over-respected the potential turnaround for Onyx Philippines, which I understand, but at the same time, again, it's similar to the threat that we saw from the, what was it, tandem we saw earlier today? Was it Phoveus and, Phoveus and Leomord together. You have that with the Glue and Leomord as well. Add to that, your damage profile from the Valentina from early game to late game has just been, it hurts.
Yeah.
Along with Kaloy's Khalid as well. At some point, I think that last big team fight was literally Twisted Minds going, yeah, no, we got this, is fine, let's just stop it, guys. Let's go to game 3.
I don't even think, again, like, Severo joining that fight, that last fight that we saw, it really wouldn't have changed much because, like you mentioned, with Lansu on this glue, having that tankiness there, and then Kaloy as well, like, you have to almost play perfectly to survive all that they can do, all that they can throw at you, all that the pressure of that front line even. And it's almost too much, you know, it's almost too much for it to continue to happen. Again, there was a lot of great plays here, but unfortunately, because of the way the composition worked, Twisted just had that advantage.
Yeah. Compared to the lineup that Onyx brought out, Twisted Minds, very simple. Onyx, again, very complex. A lot of things have to go right, but then when one thing goes wrong, this happens.
This is that last fight there, yeah.
Trades are just not possible for Onyx. Like, they have to start on the with the upper hand and then go for the cleanup. That's how that Severo moment happened. It's just, okay, we force them to overcommit to just one, and then we can win. Here, especially with King Kong left, they were delaying the inevitable. There was no world where King Kong survived that.
Yeah. It was, this one, I know we mentioned there's Sean. Of course, he's going to get the MVP.
Yo, why is MP swimming?
Why is MP swimming?
I bet that's what Sean's thinking too. It's like, why are you swimming?
And then Sean's only response is, I'm going to shuffle.
Yeah.
All right.
What do I do with my hands?
He got the Shadow Strike, and then afterward it was a new Valentina emote, apparently. But yeah, deserved MVP. Again, we felt it from the beginning. It's the tandem with him and Kaloy, and even him stealing the real-world manipulation. Yeah. Having the RWM on their side made team fighting even worse for Onyx. Again, they're not built for that. They're built for, just like in game number 1 with the Harley, quick -1, and then let's build our advantage from there. Hope that Severo's free to hit, and then we win. While for Twisted Minds, it's okay, we lose one, but was it the glue? Nope. Here's the Leomord with the glue. What you gonna do now?
Oh look, blazing duet.
There's even more for you to deal with. Again, it's way easier to win here if you're Twisted Minds.
Yeah, just the way that the lineup works, and that's really the nail in the coffin, I feel like, to deal with what Onyx had. And you know, you saw it, like the struggle was there for Onyx, especially. I mean, you got to imagine how many times Brusco died in the early and mid game, and this Hilda was essentially not able to do much other than provide some of that vision to the team. But you know, I think the way that Twisted executed and readjusted, because again, throughout this game, you see them kind of readjust to what Onyx is trying to do, and especially on the right targets to catch, whether that was
taken out. This could also just be another easy pickup on the Eve here for Onyx PH. You don't have to worry about the Valentina anymore. But then the Eve Farsa matchup is going to be there, and that could just mean Twisted Minds can pack in a Khalid Farsa together or a Grok Farsa together to rotate fast and immediately put pressure in the EXP lane. Because so far, all the lineups of Onyx have just been Ryota is our main utility guy, and then Brusco just shuffles up, whether it's in game number 1, he was the Kalea, but then it was the YZ actually being the main front, getting the vision, starting things up, or Kalea will go in for the surprise set. Let's see if that's going to continue.
Claude first pick blue side. Whoa.
Wow, they overloaded Twisted Minds with choices, but that's crazy.
Okay. Not what I was expecting with that first pick for being on the blue side here, but
yeah, dude, think about it. Valentina got bad out. Sora's open.
Yeah.
Leomord's open. No, Jushin got taken out.
Jushin's taken out.
Marcel is open.
Marcel's open. This is a dangerous gamble by Onyx.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what the answer is going to be here, too.
Hilda's
especially,
open.
Yeah.
In dangerous grass.
Leo, there's YSS the Khalid. They get the Khalid again.
Yeah.
And the thing is technically now, the YSS could be swerved.
It's a flex.
It's a swerve. It's a flex, yeah. So you don't 100% know if that's going in the jungle yet or the gold lane to deal with this Claude matchup. So now for Onyx, they're probably going to go ahead and secure themselves. I would assume that jungle, at least for King Kong, can go for it. And also with the mid lane option still being open too. Of course, roams, but they're going to go with the Leomord, the Eve, so they'll secure that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Twisted Minds knew that what they ended up giving up.
Yeah.
Now, that's what I was wondering. Is like, why the YSS? I mean, it is a flex. Are they this time going to be the ones picking up the Suyo and then put the YSS in the gold? Are they going to go Harley? Are they going to throw back to an old favorite and go on Kai? As expected, they pick up the Farsa. They go Khalid Farsa. The Yisenshin is going to be a flex. We did see that the Leomord did have problems up against an Akai in M7.
Think they are going to hold out to the flex down the red 5. They have to, or else it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're going to make the most of this. Something tells me Akai or Suyo are both just equally possible. Because imagine a Suyo getting out an RWM for free.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to be looking at that so that you don't have to put yourself in the risk of just having to eat up the RWM.
Yeah, the coast is clear. You're literally pre-nerf Suyo at that point.
Yeah. Okay. At the same time, you also don't have to worry about another magic damage dealer unless Onyx decide to go for the Gatot Kacha as their roam.
Which is, again, I think, it hurts, it sucks, but I think it's bearable.
Yeah. EXP lane, ooh, with all the dive, the range. I wouldn't mind if a CC decided to show up, but then the likes of the Arlot and the Lapu Lapu are still open.
Yeah. What is this ban? So these next ban, okay, the Sora still not getting picked up. No Sora here. Yeah, XP lanes.
So here, well, Twisted Minds needs a body. I think to go the idea of having the Phoveus as like your tanky EXP laner could be really tough.
Do they just go glue again?
Oh no, they might end up going Yu Zhong for the Claude, use the Petri, cancel out the real world, real world, excuse me, the Blazing Duet. Glue would also be really good, just another body. Khalid and Farsa can rotate fast, so the Glue can afford to be somewhat slow. Or if you go for the placeholder EXP laner of the world, to Rizla. He is an NPC. He's just really right there.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a lick of Uranus. Not a single one.
Not a single.
Remember, in M7, he was such a priority. And going into this season, Uranus was such a in-demand hero. I thought you were going to say, oh, just if we're not seeing any of these normal matchups, maybe Uranus, because he's a stopper.
Yeah,
Uranus is a stopper.
He's a lineup compromiser.
When I see it, I don't want to move forward.
Yeah. There's been also a lot
that
of
much of a bulwark.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of late game EXP trades that if the Uranus does show up, then in comes Esme.
Magic
That's
is
true.
my
Hey,
life.
Uranus dropped Liquid in M7.
That's true. That was a lot of aggressive cuts. Ah, actually. Was that a Uranus jungle?
It was a Uranus jungle.
It was a... Wait a minute.
But possible for Twisted?
Possible because
Not ideal.
yeah.
Not ideal, especially with the cloud already there.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
there's
okay.
the-
Oh, hey, hold up. There it is. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You guys mentioned this.
So it wasn't going to go all the way to Red 5. They decided to jump the gun.
Yeah.
Coach Exxon and Bunch are looking at each other. Now? Okay, now.
All right, just do it. All right, last two picks here for Onyx. They still need their roam and their... What am I thinking here? XP.
Yeah. So we
So
really know
usually-
now it is a gold lane Shin.
Yep. I think we're going to see that more, honestly.
Yeah.
You mentioned even with having the ability to have a flicker for the Yisun Shin kind of helps out.
Hey, Uranus kind of looks good for Onyx now, too.
Euro or the Lapu, I think, is what I want to see this. Oh,
Lapu
even
better.
the Arlot.
Lapu's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're gonna be the ones going full dive, let's just damage.
Oh, there's the Yuzhong. We got a
Yeah.
gotcha.
Truth be told, the EXP lane was free game for Onyx.
Yeah.
Ryota could have just picked anything.
I wonder if they're willing to pick up either Blue, Yuzhong, Alice, Lapu. Phobius. Phobius.
Twisted Minds is really a Phobius team, though, too. Like, they
Yeah.
naturally, as we've seen them through the seasons, they love
Yeah.
the Phobius pick.
Yeah, Lansu was the Phobius of
Yeah.
season 16.
He was.
And I think also even during MDL, that was like his thing, one of his main favorites as well. So
Yeah.
understandable. I mean, at the end of the day, even if like matchup to matchup, if your comfort is a specific one, then you go for your comfort. It's
Yeah.
the last game. You want to get that dub.
Yeah, I think this is one of the big things here. These lineups from game 1 now to game 3 have evolved into this. This is more a little close to what we've seen, I'd say.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think it's going to be a great game 3 ahead of us.
Yeah. Look out for the itemizations. Chastised pauldrons are going to be important for both teams. The eventual blade armors, it's not I mean, we rarely see it anymore, the Eventual's Phobius, but it is still going to be a flicker. Surprise setups, potentially. Look at the early game rotations of both roam mids. Whoever gets the first gank win might end up just coasting through to a Turtle 2 lead.
Yeah.
And then we'll just see Turtle 3, Lord 1 to see who gets control.
All right, let's see. Jumping to this one, again, a game 3 ahead of us in the second series of day 1 for season 17 opener here for the MPL Philippines. More or less the same thing that we're going to see this mid lane pressure, but this time you don't have that burst coming out from the Valentina to be that big of a threat. Look at this.
This is not an error, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. So MP has been using a marksman emblem set
I
in the
wonder,
jungle.
is that just going to be a him thing? Or is this? Are we going to see more of this?
So
you
far
know?
today, yeah. So far today, it has just been him. Once been, twice shy. Onyx no longer overextending. And I think Kaloy also has to start watching himself. Not as heavily aggressive. And oh my God, Kaloy! Quick sand guard. Fortunately, has level 2 already.
Okay.
Almost gets taken down by Prince and Brusco.
Holding on to that flicker too, knowing that he had that, so he's oh, Brusco almost
Just checked in on
just
him.
checked him. He's gonna go ahead and get that regen in, but yeah, this is one of the things you have to look for. So I would say a better start anyway by not having those early deaths, and again, you can kind of just like Renmar mentioned, it's just gonna be one of those things where you're waiting into that turtle, these objective takes, especially with these kind of lineups, but. You know, this time with King Kong having the Leo more, I mean, think about the difference.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, Severo. Oh, no.
Marksman duel, in comes MP! Taking down Severo! Welcome to MPL PH. Joseph, you were saying?
Well, now I'm going to say this. I had a flashback, man. Flashback of Suyo doing that so many times so easily.
Deep cut. Now Kaloy in the sights of MP and Brusco. They'll be fine. King Kong now. Phantom Steed, nowhere else to go. Mount Shocker, Owl confirming what they already know. I don't think the first turtle will go over the Super Fan.
Okay, they need that because you already see it, that gold lead building up, and this is all just off of basically farming for Twisted, getting a bit of a lead to work around with, and now that these level 4s are coming into play here, they're in a pretty good position. I mean, look at this, look at the gold ranking right now for Owl against Pharaoh. He's quite a bit ahead. Oh!
Feathered airstrike by Sean! And MP finishes the job with a charged up Quella.
MP's a nuisance, man, on the Suyo. I feel like he's everywhere. I feel like we're on expanding rivers, but it's dangerous grass, and this is like you mentioned, and he's got a Fury Hammer right now built up. His damage already with the Queller is just so good.
On his way to a Hunter Strike. And once that happens, I think the gap in the speed between the Yusen Shin and the Leomord should grow
exponentially, probably.
Larger is that the word I'm looking for? Because, sure, the Leomord is better in fights. You can deal AoE damage, but MP how'd that happen?
Owl.
What?
Wow, that was a solo kill.
A stun.
Because he used the Mount Shocker,
yeah. And then Severo did not get the Purify.
I wonder what happened there.
I mean, where would you go? It's a two-step process to survive that. Purify plus BMI back.
Yeah, that's so. Even now, further Severo is going to be in that lane matchup dealing with this because that's such a disadvantage.
AOG, Brusco catches Sean. Sean has nowhere to go. Has a flicker instead of a Purify. Did not survive.
They're gonna have to balance things out. Oh, just as I said, balance things out. Ryota gets taken down after they get their first kill on the Philippines. So the tough thing about the situation is now they have to decide, are we gonna lean in on getting the objectives, and then that way, little by little, Severo also gets a little bit of the pot, or do we lean in on just making sure we stop Al from farming out of control by helping out Severo directly? But then at this point, it's like, nah, you can't allow the Suyo to get any more gold, man. You gotta stop MP the King Suyo.
What I'm saying, that gold curve will grow so out of control. Now the turtle, Twisted Minds have their eyes on it. Fortunately, Onyx scored the first one. Mount Shocker by Owl, allowing Twisted Minds to get perfect information. Third air strike on Sean online. Picks up that glowing one. Severo defensive use of the Blazing Duet. Sean forcing him back. Ryota with the jump in. Massive crowd control from Onyx. Ryota finds Sean. That mid laner is out of commission. The answer from Lanzu. Taking down Brusco. RWM from Prince. Flipping away. Lanzu cannot stop him from taking it down. And just like that, MP the King has eyes on the turtle still. Keeping going. 3K up.
Yep. King Kong already here. Already uses Phantom Steed.
And MP still secures. Kaloy holds down the fort. Twisted, happy with the lead.
Okay, so Oniker getting still invaded constantly by Twisted Minds.
Prince with the flicker back.
Yeah, forced it out. At least they have a turtle under their book, but yeah, they need to stop this. Owl YSS somehow. Severo already used the Blazing Duet, which is why even after the clapback, courtesy of Ryota, Super Friends, they just did not have the damage and the dive to follow through with it to push into an even bigger lead. So Twisted, again, this is the threat when you're going up against Khalid, Farsight together. Yes, Agatha, Kachi, and Eve have a great box, and theoretically they could also rotate really well. But in terms of just raw speed, Twisted Minds will be the ones setting the tempo.
And there's another feathered airstrike. Lanzu, the mere threat of activation, enough for Onyx to think twice about their re-engage. Onyx has a good box, but Twisted Minds have the perfect tools to cut right through.
Yeah, it's just all that dive. When you mentioned the Suyo earlier, that made perfect sense. That we ended up seeing them pick that as well, because the harmony of it all just makes so much sense. Bro, Ryota will have Petrify and the Dragon up if ever they decide to go for the clapback.
There's the RWM and the AOG, no one home. Kaloy here, holding his ground, flickers through, Sandwalk out of there. Ryota gets caught underneath the turret, but it was Owl he was looking for. Now Sean with a better airstrike, serving it up to Kaloy. What a tag team maneuver.
Great read by Sean to find the flank. Lanzu still fighting against it, and he looks like he can do it!
Ryota gets another but Lanzu with the flicker to finish the job. He knew he went in too deep. A Pyrrhic victory for the EXP laner out of the MDL.
Ooh, Brusco decided not to face check there. Brought down. The damage instead. Try and get the info. He did get the info, but I wish he decided to face check and get the taunt instead so that Kaloy will be able to get brought down just a little bit by Savero.
Okay. Turtle coming up here. Positioning. Feathered airstrike already used by Sean, so...
MP.
Oh, MP, is he just going to try to be a sneaky guy here with this one?
MP coming in with a steal, but he gets shut down by Savannah. Yeah, blazing the Western, bit of a kill. The King Kong Kaloy falls. 2 kills for the Turtle, but Owl gets a long push. Is that worth it?
So that was my question. Was that worth it?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be able to get down the bottom lane as the trade. So the question earlier was, is Oni going to lean in on helping out Savero or go for the objectives? It seems like the answer was actually both. They decided to split their focus. They were still getting some semblance of jungle control because of the little skirmishes happening up top, which allowed Savero to keep it close. Brusco was even like brute forcing his way into making sure Savero can get last hit and cannon minions. Worked out for them. They get that trade, and then they found a big punish onto MP the King, despite MP stealing the Turtle away. 2 for Turtle and the tower at bot. Onyx are still in the spot where they need to try to find more wins, but it's a little bit more doable now.
Seems like it's a bargain.
It's a good bargain at that.
Good bargain. This is tier 1 is going to fall, though. Savero knocks it down with the support of the rest of the Onyx squad. Now it looks to be a play into open up the map before this Lord comes up. And for the most part, the way that things have kind of fallen into place, it's more so of even grounds when that objective for the Lord does come up.
Yeah. Big power spike timing for Savero at around 8 minutes because of those 2 kills, the 2 turrets that he got. He now has a Trinity, so it's not going to be one of those scenarios where the early deaths lead to wait.
That is a pick-off from out of nowhere. I don't know
Big
what MP the King was thinking there.
Yeah.
Did not expect maybe the Petrify to be committed on it.
Yeah, it felt like a misread of the map too. I don't think he expected there to be so many members of Onyx there.
Yeah. Petrify coming in clutch. RWM dropped down.
And now Twisted Minds are pushed out of defending their tier 1 in mid. Onyx claim another objective.
So as we were talking about earlier, we got to see the thing that their lineups can do. Twisted Minds took control of majority of it early on because of their fast, aggressive rotations. Now Onyx and their box are almost unstoppable for Twisted.
Oh, the Arnifilm's not up for this. They're fighting for the Lord here.
Phantom Steed by King Kong, running through Twisted Minds. And Ryota sweeping the perimeter, looking for engagement. Feather Airstrike, King Kong secures. Twisted Minds again. MP, they have learned from that miffed fumble in mid.
That was a really decisive choice to go for the Lord, even though they had already gone for that tier 1 in the mid lane using the RWM. They knew they had a bit of an advantage. They could play around the Black Dragon form from Ryota, and now objective secured, at least to continue on to go towards the base of Twisted. But looking at things, I think Twisted's still in a good position as long as no one gets caught. The problem was, like you guys mentioned, it was a bit of a, he was caught out, basically, MP. And you gotta respect the Petrify alone. Like, even if the Black Dragon form isn't there.
Another bad speed of RWM. How are you gonna get out of this one, MP? The answer is no. King Kong takes him down once again with the momentum enhanced by Barbiel. And now Kaloy goes down, slain by the sword of King Kong once more. 2 for free, going to Onyx.
Fight after fight, box after box, they have now delivered all the punishment that they received in the early game to MP the King here in the mid to the late game. And just in a few sequences, Onyx have taken complete control of game number 3.
Yeah, that's a couple holy defenses being knocked down. Tier 2, last one up top. Going to be the next to drop here. Mind you, all that action that happened in the bottom line, Savero wasn't a part of it. He didn't need to be because of just the great sandwich play coming out, utilizing the Avatar of the Guardian from Brusco and collapsing down on the members of Twisted. So they find themselves with all their base turrets up, should be able to clear these waves out, but Ryota.
Black Dragon form, going to hunting. The answer from the RWM. The Feather Strike from Sean, stopping the push. Onyx does not penetrate.
It's crazy how mobile the Onyx lineup can actually be. That any other lineup under that turret dive probably would have gotten punished like crazy, but they lost nothing.
He's just taking a look around, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go have a look.
Yeah.
Just pops the Black Dragon form and...
No go.
Yeah, it's
Red light,
fine.
gentlemen, red light.
King Kong has the speed with Barbiel up. Savero has the BMI. He can dance around, put up a defensive blazing duet to push back Twisted Minds.
Brusco can jump out.
Yeah,
defensively.
Brusco can jump out. It's a nasty dive. So now you see here the uncomfortable part of Twisted Minds lineup, wherein in this situation, they do have fantastic wave clear through the Farsa, and technically the YSS, you could also consider Kaloy, but then he has to put himself in a dangerous position to damage down those minion waves. The Evil Queller is also some great pokes from range. So Twisted Minds defensive in terms of wave clear, good. But then what if Onyx just decides to dive you and you've used all of your resources to try and clear minion waves? It's going to be a tough comeback for Twisted, not impossible though.
Yeah, they're not too far behind. That's what we're saying here. And you know, when you look at this, it's most likely, all right, once Lord is up, do they actually have the option to get in the position that favors them? But not only that, what we usually see against these farces, I mean, even to an extent, it's the Eve, like once those ultimates are down, whether it's the Feathered Airstrike or the RWM, that's usually your windows to go ahead and work through. So you can see this is going to be started up by Onyx, pulling the Lord towards them.
Whoa.
Twisted's going to have to answer. Everybody rotating down for this as well. And so MP will have to be the one to go ahead and secure this if he can on the Suyo, but mid lane, Kaloy?
Brusco entertaining the possibility of a full-on engage.
Oh, a
AOG
jump.
no one home, and now Twisted welcome him, forcing him to use that Revitalize. Lord gets hard reset. Owl starting it up and throws out that Mountain Shocker Turtle Boat. Lord left again wondering, who's going to take me? The dance continues.
Yeah, I have a feeling Onyx also wanted to burn off more flickers, but it was only Sean who committed his.
Yeah.
So...
Super Prince had used his.
he also had to use his too.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be rough. No, Petrify as well for Ryota.
Yeah, battle spell counting. Twisted Minds have the advantage.
Bit of a trade here, still a reset, knowing that some of these crucial battle spells are down. Waiting to go ahead and grab the buffs here. A bit of a reset while both teams are face off again, and Brusco probably waiting for that AOG to be up, so we'll see this. Feathered Airstrike drop down, just clearing some things out. Oh, that's going to be down. Owl, though, on the hunt.
Another Mount Shocker. He's holding on to it, exposing all of Onyx positionings.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Savera has to reset. He's very low, down to a third of his health. Brusco too.
I think he's going to consider resetting through sheer basic attack damage alone, which he will.
Works.
Yeah.
Despite that adjustment in the recent patch, he's fine.
Yeah. It's Winter Nature for him. It's not going to be a Winter Crown play.
Oh,
That Feathered Airstrike, though, one
another
shot.
one? And AOG catches three, and they respond. Shot is falling. In comes Ryota, the super fam, clap back. And just like that, it's a clear go signal. Super fam, Onyx won this Lord, and they score another. 2 for 2. It's all black and yellow. And now Brusco. This is a worthy trade. 1 for 1, and he's gonna go down. MP served up 1. RWM from Super Prince. Lanzu unable to dive him. Lanzu might have to go down here. King Kong with the Venom Steed. Taken down. Nobody just yet. Lanzu falls. MP does as well. 3 for 1. Massive win for Onyx.
I thought the fight was going to end way sooner, but they just dragged it out and dragged it out.
Yeah, how that was Twisted Minds forcing the issue. Onyx, actually, I thought Savero was going to go BMI back in, but he decided not to. Oh, Kaloy! Oh, what a catch!
Finds Prince, but the Lord still stands. Onyx can plan around this missing member. They're okay here, especially since Savero is still in the perimeter.
I like this matchup. Oh, Ryota goes in. No Petrify, though.
All right, backing off from the rest of Twisted Minds. And that's a full-on penetration. Twisted Minds have lost their mid-lane inhibitor.
Great zone by Ryota. Great read by Onyx. Philippines knowing that they can't push that turret now. Twisted Minds still very close for them to get that turnaround that they're looking for. They're waiting for the third item on the Farsa. The fact that there was a significant lead for the Eve and even the Gata Kacha as well, that's one of the main things hurting them right now. Again, ironic considering what happened in the early game. Slight lead here for Al, but because Sean and Kaloy, especially Sean, just cannot get that big damage out to really burst down Onyx first, Al cannot clean up.
Sean has seen better days in this series.
Yeah, it's
So behind.
He's like, man, that Valentina game last game, but he's almost to his Holy Crystal, so he's almost got that. I mean, you are seeing that one Feathered Airstrike landing on Savero, for example, keeps him in his trap.
If anything, Savero is the only one who really feels
Feathered Airstrike.
the Feathered Airstrike. Everyone else, until he gets, what, a DG?
Yeah.
A Divine Glaive, that's when it's going to hurt. But for now, he's really just a deterrent. He's really just there to make sure Savero stays within a range that's healthy for Twisted Minds.
There
Okay,
it is.
there's the Holy Crystal.
At least for now.
Be different.
Still needs the Divine Glaive.
He doesn't even have any magic damage defense on him. No RGM or anything. Yeah.
No, he can't. Not even a tough boots.
Is it gonna be too crazy to ask him to consider building a Winter Crown instead?
I think he can juggle. He's going to rely on, you know, good old young man mechanics.
Yeah.
After the Wind of Nature, Winter Crown.
Super Prince also just got the
Rose
Divine
Gold,
Glaive.
Immortality.
Yeah. But I think realistically, you'd want to go the Winter Crown first because your Wind of Nature is going to be the item that you use so that you can get away.
Also, you can Blazing Duet, Winter Crown.
Crown, yeah.
Hold
Pop
that,
off the damage.
and then as you're selling, you wait for it, sell, Wind
Window.
of Nature, window, out.
And then if it's really tight, sell it, Immortality.
Yeah, Immortality as well.
But so far, I would say
And then Rose Gold, that's the final.
he's been able to actually dodge a lot of that. So, but it all comes down to these Lord fights. It's more or less going to be the same thing that we saw in the previous one, but see how Twisted Minds changes is Brusco was the one that started things off with that Avatar of the Guardian, that ultimate jumping into the right targets. But look, they're blitzing this Lord down to half health.
Twisted Minds look like they have 2 left feet because they're trapped in that white brush once again. Brusco with the revitalized Black Dragon form from Kaloy, from Ryota rather, compromising Kaloy's engage. Not a single chance to contest. On to get another Lord.
Yeah.
They're third in this game.
Similar to the previous game of Twisted Minds wherein it was like, oh, Glue's good, Glue stand in front of you, we're fine. Now it's just Dragon up, there's nothing MP the King can do.
Yeah, and that's, again, why when the Yuzhong was popping back into the meta, you know, you remember just how much of a threat Black Dragon form is, whether you actually follow through with it or not. Even the Petrify, so now with the Lord in tow, they're going to go to the mid, take down this bottom base turret. Can they end it?
AOG from Brusco, relatively with impunity. He's at, what, a quarter of his health, and there's nothing Twisted Minds can do. The Lord find that base, but the waves will not survive. RWM from Super Prince almost takes down Lansu, but he's okay. Twisted Minds happy to keep this tier 3 up top.
Yeah. Not sure if he uses Wind of Nature, but he did get the Rose Gold meteor before the fight, sold his boots, so he now has a Rose Gold, so that's enough. I don't need to ask for the Winter Crown anymore.
They want to go for this last turret.
Endable, endable.
Need coming through. Lansu jumps up and gets taken down. And in comes Ryota once more. Still alive. Blazing the whip from Savero. Taking down MP. And they're not done.
There's only 3 left.
They want to keep going. Brusco helping take down Owl. And with that, the Super Fam are just waiting for what's coming up next. The series victory. Onyx wins 2-1.
They make history. The first playing import in MPL Philippines in Savero. Led by Ryota, King Kong, Prince, and Brusco have secured their first victory of the season. History made in day number 1.
There it is. Another 3-game series and a full-on fight for the series win. So again, props to Twisted Mind. I like what they always bring to the draft. I've said this even from last season. It was just unfortunate that this time around, in Game 3, they weren't able to deal with the pressure from the lineup. And again, even the Yu Zhang being a big part. It's great to see in the hands of Ryota, by the way. We've seen shades of Ryota pop in and out throughout the seasons. Well, it's great to see him here in this opening day.
He's got such a pulse on what Twisted Minds are up to at any point in the game. GG well played to the former MDL champions, but tonight it's all about the Super Fam. Again, relish in the glory of what they've worked for the past couple of months. They've really tried to fill in the shoes of the gold standard. And I think tonight they did more than just that. They made us all fall in love with Savero's play style.
Yeah, again, it started off with him falling down twice. Twisted Minds with their aggressive rotating Khalid, Suyo, Farsa combination, applying the pressure early on. I think it was also Twisted Minds acknowledging that they needed to do that, because once it got to the portion where Onyx could just comfortably keep putting up the real-world manipulation, fighting around, having the Leomord and the Gattacacha, and well, okay, my personal hidden MVP for this, low-key MVP, Ryota on this Yu Zhong, man, was so impactful. He made the most out of all those Petrify and Furious Dive combos. It was a different flavor of Super Fam that we're used to, but you still see the emphasis on the fam from Onyx.
That's still the fam right there. Ryota, like we mentioned, you know, 2 different games on the Yu Zhong. Able to make things work in different ways, but still, yeah. I don't know who's going to MVP, but I can't wait to see. We're going to have to go ahead and hear first from that fam. We're going to have to hear from Onyx Philippines over on stage with our hosts.
MPL Arena Onyx Philippines is showing us how it's done. What time is it? Oh my God, that was intense. Odin, what a start for Team Onyx Philippines. Syempre, we have one of the stars of the match beside me, Savero. Hello.
Hello.
Savero, welcome to the Philippines.
Thank you.
How's your first match? What can you say about your first match?
Super hard.
Super hard.
So excited.
But you were excited. Why was it exciting for you?
Because my first game in Philippines.
Your first game in the Philippines. Of course. ODT felt excited.
Savero, look at your fans. Your fan base is huge here in the Philippines. I know before the match started, Kelra gave you a message. Kelra just said that you should embrace the pressure. What can you say about it?
Be the pressure.
What can you say about what Kelra said? What's your message to Kelra instead?
Okay, we're having a bit of
I'm the pressure.
I'm the pressure. You
He
are
is
the pressure.
I mean, we love your performance. Although you didn't win game 2, that Moscow was incredible. Imagine surviving that clash. I mean, that was a great performance for you guys. And what is his message to you as a brother in your organization? Did Galra give you any tips?
Huddle muna,
Oo,
huddle.
si Brusco ang ating translator. You can speak your language and Brusco is here to help us out.
Let's go, Brusco! Yeah.
Pasti dapat banyak ilmu dari Kerala dari Scream.
Sobrang dami niyang natutunan si kay Kara lalo na sa Scream kapag kalaban namin sila.
Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you, Severo. Thank you, Brusco, as well. Now, I would like to ask King Kong. King Kong, grabe naman yung match na yun, ha? Pinakitaan nyo talaga kami ng napakagandang performance. Game 1, 30 minutes. Grabe, sobrang haba nun. Ano yung tumatakbo sa isip nyo during those moments na na-comeback nyo yun? Ano yung comms nyo sa mga ganong klaseng laro?
Ano lang, yung usual lang na comms namin mula early game hanggang late game, which is yung kalmado lang na pagpaplano. Then, ayun, pag may hindi kami naririnig, ipapaulit namin hanggang sa may mag-respond. Kaya, ayun, pampalinaw ng mga plano namin.
Talagang yung chemistry pa rin ang nananaig in those kinds of moments.
King Kong, ako naman, tanungin ko, katabi mo na si Savero. Kamusta naman yung adjustments ng team having Savero? Kamusta yung adjustments having Savero?
Yung adjustments naman namin so far, minsan may struggle na may halong fun. Kasi parang at some point nakikita namin na na challenge na kailangan naming i-face. Kaya ayun, super fun para sa amin and lately sobrang smooth and sobrang daming Tagalog word na natutunan ni Savero.
Ano yun? Anong Tagalog word? Tagalog word from Savero.
Mahal ko kayong lahat.
Oy! Mahal na Severo. And with that, it's time to take a look who our MVP is. Sino sa tingin nyo? Our match MVP is King Kong!
Yes! Yes, King Kong.
King Kong, ano bang masasabi mo sa super fans nyo ngayon?
Sa lahat ng pumunta, maraming salamat sa pagpunta, sa time, sa effort. And mas gagalingan pa lalo namin sa mga next matches. So, pumunta kayong lahat! Thank you so much!
Thank you once again. Congratulations. Let's give it up for Onyx Philippines. You may now take your bow. And take your walk of victory.
Congratulations, Onyx Philippines!
You know what, Denise? Our teams are just showing us that we are indeed the strongest region. Imagine reaching 3 games per match. Day 1 pa lang yan, ha?
And for the day 1, match 2, Onyx Philippines ang pumalag. Grabe, it's been a long day. What an ending for our opening of Season 17, Odin.
That's right. And excited akong malaman kung ano ba nangyari sa match na yon. I think marami pang sasabihin ng ating mga casters. Kaya naman,
There we go. Great to hear from Odin, Denise, and Onyx Philippines again. Congratulations to them. Great to hear some insights from Severo too. I loved what he said. What Filipino words he knows.
I'm so happy that that went the way that
it did.
I was across the board. This entire big 6-man table, the anxiety went through the roof. But Brusco ends up with the MVP of the game. It was his big AOG onto, what was that, 3 members?
3 members.
Of Twisted Minds that really set the... I felt like that was the dagger AOG that really solidified LB Onyx game to lose, and they just continued from there.
Yeah, no, Gatot Kacha was a hero that started to come up in their championship season all the way into their M6 win. So this is a hero that, again, if we're talking about comfort, Brusco is more than comfortable with.
Yeah, this
He
is
Gatot Kacha.
He is Gatot Kacha. And he, by the way, great job for Brusco translating. I'm glad he's able to go ahead and do that for Severo because, yeah, so what did Severo say? He is the pressure?
He is the pressure.
He is the pressure.
And a lot of us thought, like, wait, is that right? No, it's right. No, he was talking smack, y'all.
He said it again looking at the camera. I am the pressure.
Yeah, I just have to clarify. Chat, he did not say I'm depression. He said I am the pressure.
Nor was it grammatically incorrect, missing a few articles. No, he really is the pressure.
And I would say...
He set his own moniker on his first match in PH.
The pressure Severo.
Yeah, we didn't even have to give him a nickname.
Man just coming in, doing our job for us.
Yeah, he knew the culture. He's like, the pressure.
Guys, if he does the plays that we saw today, that was the pressure.
Yeah, but outside of just Severo, man, I have to give how it really feels like Onyx PH have adapted their playstyle for him. No, my theory for Onyx was right. They would make it so comfortable for him. The vibes are there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't force the pressure on him. Is that for sure another marksman emblem?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So this is no longer just speculation. MP the King does play these fighter assassin type junglers with marksman emblem. I have to start recalibrating my emblem set. I have to study this now.
Yeah, because you play Suyo.
Yeah,
I do. I play Leo more too, and he's done
He
that
did it
with
there,
those heroes.
Yeah, I think he's just thinking that since it's not as high as the penetration that you get from the assassin emblem, but then the fact that you already get, it's also the extra attack speed that helps you clear faster.
Correcto, yes. Because there was a school of thought wherein you put attack speed boots on Suyo, and you just go ham.
Yeah.
And you get faster attack speed in mortal form too.
Yeah.
Suyo is interesting because he's basically back in the meta now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he had some he started to make appearances, I feel like, at the end of last season.
Yeah.
December, early December.
Yeah, but now he's definitely I would say he's back.
Yeah, it's the damage. It's the fact that now, even if there are... Okay, Onyx takes the condition. They have 2 magic damage sources. most Suyo lineups really just want to go up against one because the early game traits are tough. But the thing is, it worked out well for him because it was his roam mid that was setting the tempo for him. So he's fine. But then as the game went on, you started to see how much more difficult it would be for the Suyo. That's fine. We can keep raising
pretty
that.
cool,
That's
yeah.
actually really cute that we have like someone just doing that.
The rest of the teams, like
Hedgehog.
I would love Twisted Minds to just have one like that.
Like a brain. Like,
I'm pretty
what's
sure
his
we've
name?
met the brain.
Was
Yeah,
it
Fikri.
Fikri?
Yeah,
Fikri.
we've met the brain.
Oh, man, we didn't get any Twisted gummies.
That
That's
would have came in
what's
handy today, by the way.
Mines.
That's what's
mines.
missing.
We need to get that fixed.
What's
Yeah.
the Twisted gummy candies that we got from last season?
The Makati branch had a lot of gummies.
Yeah.
QC gang pickup.
I gotta check out the mic check for this one. We're gonna go ahead and see exactly how the winning moment sounded for Onyx Philippines.
No flicker ka ulit, no flicker ka ulit. No flicker pop. Basta ito magbubot. Second skill. Wala naman tamis, skill ka dapat. Wala naman tamis, skill ka. May third skill pa. Wala skill. Nice one, boy. Tonto pa. Sunod ka sa akin. Nice to. Alay ka. Marangkada na. Vision versus. Kita yung Wises. Kabaya ka. Ready ako na. Nag-figure na. Wala figure Wises. Alalay lang. Iba siya. Wala figure boy. Wala tikal iba. Pinya na saan, pre? Pisan backline, pre. Dalawa. Petrico. Napag-dash. Patay.
And there you have it. That was our Infinix mic check there for Onyx Philippines. What do we hear a lot of? I feel like we heard mix.
I like to think it was like 90% Tagalog.
90% Tagalog, a couple bit of English.
Savero was just fixated on what he needed to do at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I wonder how much of that comes through to him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure like he's been set up for this that the Filipinos, when they go to Indonesia, they pick up a lot of basic bahasa. Some even get really good at it.
Real fluent.
Yeah, and I'm sure Severo could be in the road to being that as well with Tagalog.
And this is our Infinix standings right now after day one has been completed here in the opening day of season 17. There it is across the board. Of course, you've had 3 games, or no, two series go 3 games, go the distance, 2-1, 2-1. And there you go, TLPH and Onyx.
Oh my lord. Liquid coming in saying this is my house. Sending the F7 World Championship, at least after tonight, you know?
Yeah.
To the bottom of the standing.
Yeah. And again, as we mentioned earlier, it's great to see that we got to see very opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to how to play in MPL Philippines. And it was just a fun day. It was a great way to start. 6 games. Fansik Laban, yo! Shout out to the Sonics and Roras who started off the Fansik Laban campaign. That's the fan MPL that we have.
That's right.
I think some of them in the crowd were playing because you can hear them like cheering for the Sonics.
Yeah, that's true.
The Fansik Laban.
Yeah. Oh, and this was actually a Sonics heavy crowd.
This was,
Yeah, for even on the Twisted Mind side, usually it was also still majority Sonic. So hopefully we get to see more of the Minds show up in the upcoming weeks to show some love to Twisted Minds.
Today was definitely a jam-packed, full house day. It's great to have everyone come through again. I mean, it's been every time we get like kind of like the off season, if you will. I know we have all the international stuff, but every single time we're away from the MPL arena, I feel like, you know, it's always nice to have this opening weekend, have everyone join us. Yeah. And again, it's been a phenomenal day, gentlemen.
I could not ask for a better opener for Season 17. This is where we need to be, and everything that follows from here on, palag na to.
Yeah, new home, hiccups here and there, but thank you all for staying. This is a great one.
We will see you guys back here tomorrow, and then Sunday. It's been us, the Wee Bear Bros. Let's go ahead and close it.